Welcome in, people. Come on in, people. How you doing? Welcome to Arcfall. Woo!
He is a pirate with a dream to take resources off you because he is mean. But he loves tacos, as you can tell. And he is
Come on in, people.
eating them while he rings your pixel bell. Max Taco! Ole, 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 Max Taco.
They make this really complicated. Oh, there it is. I found the thing I was looking for. Welcome in, people. Let's go. There we go. I found the button I was looking for. Come on in, people. Let's go. Ole, 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 ole. Wow, loads of people are in here. Ascendancy, you're here. Tacos, Chemtech, Jeff Games. Galileo, Figaro. Moose is here. General Oak, you were here so early. Shepesh, I know you were here. Everyone. Retro Fury, my old Cordado loving friend. How you coming in? Tacos, Chemtech, how you doing? Wow, there's loads here. Indominus Prime, X-Force, Lady Pitu. Some great news. Announcement by Hammy. Gets people fixed on those Prime particles. That's absolutely amazing. Panaman. Omega Prime, how you doing? Welcome, Casso. Is that long enough? MJ Hat's in the house. Legend. LOD's here. Nay, never. Megan Rayleigh. Mickey the Moose. Kandajal. And 100 bits by Dr. Iron Chef. Number one thing is, are you safe, Dr. Iron Chef? That's all I care about right now. Are you safe? That's the answer I want to hear.
Hey. Straight in the grind.
Come on in. GW292, how you doing, my friend? Asian boy, how you doing? Come on in, people. We're going to be waiting for Luke to raid over, so come on, pop in. Is it Friday yet, Retro Fury? I wish it was Friday. I've gone through one of the most intense 36 hours of my life. We are safe. Good. We can continue the show because Dr. Iron Chef is safe. Rainstorm, how you doing? I know you're going until you speak to me. Gooby, how you doing, my friend? What's this? Let's see how it goes. This is going to be tough if they're going to do this to us. Pixels. Come on in, people. Let's go. Sorry, I was just a bit busy trying to sort a few things out. Here we go. Level 3 Gilded Shackle. Can't really tell the difference. And Candagel, there's a few people that have seen a difference to maybe to about 400,000. Sniper will be able to give us a bit better maths on this. Come on in, people. Come on in. This is going to be fun. It sounds like everyone's going to be... I just want to enjoy the show today. That's all I'm going to say to people. I've just gone through 36 hours of insanity. I just want to enjoy it. Luke says a marble track is his, not yours. You need to talk to him. It's definitely Luke's. Completely agree. Nigel the Hungry Bear the Hairless, my leader, because you're the wife of Mord. What's going on there, Bear? This is weird. I love it, Mr. Cortado. Exactly. Come on in, people. Come on in. Not long till we begin. Oh, great. Sniper will give us a difference. We'll talk about that Gilded Shackle, Kandajal. You will see a Kandajal. Mad Taco is here. Fake Taco is here. Ayo. Let's go, people. Mom Troy's like, no events to do today. That will be a very good thing to discuss. Is Ghost Pepper here yet? Has anyone seen Ghost Pepper? HRH Luna. John Deere, you're here. Hey, MJ Hat. How you doing, my friend? The ads began. Kandajal will give you the numbers. Are you ready for this one? This next one is special. Let's hope Blue raids in time. Are you ready, MJ Hat? Are you ready? It's not for you, though.
It's not for me.
Ladies and gentlemen, who is it? You've heard the song. The latest from Colby Checker.
She is the pepper with the spice. She has the ghost level that is thrice. She will cut you if you dare. So in space, you better beware.
Who is it?
Ghost Pepper!
Ladies and gentlemen, she's not on stage and she'll never hear it. But if she does,
She will cut you.
ladies and gentlemen, I've got goosebumps.
She will cut you.
Hey, Moose. Moose. Welcome back for the ads. We're about to begin. Moose! Moose! Where's Moosey? Moose! Moose! Say it, everybody, Moose! Once Colby gets better, we'll finish the MJ Hat song. There is one. George is here as well. Welcome in, people. Come on, Lube. Lube takes his time, doesn't he? All the time. I knew this would happen. When the song begins, we crack on. So, 2 more songs to go and we begin. I'll Be Back is here. Redeem code Kandajal. Candy1461 over. Hey, Sean Nug. Oh, we got some great people here. There's loads to talk about. Coffin House, you're here. No Shockwave Prime today. The redeem code's not working. They will fix it soon, Burn the Hairless. They are on it. That's a very good point there, MJ Hat. I have no idea. Come on in, people. Let's go. This is going to be fun. I don't know if she thought of that. No shocks. That's slander. Raid incoming, finally. Loops, people. Welcome in, my friendly Loops. Raidhausen is here. Welcome in, people. Follow in the chat to chat. Welcome in, Chicken Banana Shepesh. Welcome in, Raiders. Are you ready? Oh, Loops timed it right for the first time. Come on in, people. You've timed it well. You're here. We are there. Lube has made it in. For the first time in history, he was only 9 minutes late. Jason V-Neck with 100 bits. Welcome in, my friend. I'm Century with Mr. Nigel. Dundesh, the home of Lube's track. Be well. Come on in, people. Let's go. How you doing, people? We're about to begin. We're 1 song away. Broken Will for the 100 bits. Golden Kappa trade's begun. Let's keep that going. We kick off Arcfall with a Golden Kappa. This is Loop's tune. He dances like this. He goes, loopy, 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 loopy. I like to lube my bowl. I like to lube my bowl. I like to lube my bowl. And Thomas Prime with 5 gifted. Thank you. Come on in, people. We're about to begin. Wow, Indominus sends us to a frenzy. Hey, yo, this is awesome. We're about to begin. The song's about to begin. The ads are done. The thing's about to begin. Level 3 on the Golden Kappa. Remember, we put things easy. Welcome in, people. Nice to have you in here. We're about to begin this iconic thing. Let's go. The song's about to end, and we'll kick off with Briefings, the show you've been waiting for on Arcfall M94. Hit my music, please. Hit it. Are you ready? Zepsoso, are you hyped? Get your hands up in the air. Put them out wide and clap with me. Go! Yeah. Clap, 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 clap. Here we go. Are you ready? Sing it with passion, people. Sing it with passion.
Warp speed ahead, we're
Here to play, exploring galaxies every day. Get QoL up here. Briefings.
It's the ultimate gleam. I'll take an SG.
We're on the Golden Kappa. Welcome everyone to Briefings,
To the sky.
the show where we're going to speak and talk about everything to do with this Arcfall, the quality of life, and much more.
I gotta keep on rolling. Keep on rolling. Keep on rolling.
Come on in, here we go.
Briefings. Briefings.
Here we go. Welcome everyone to Briefings. We're on M94 Arcfall. We're going to be talking about all the additions.
More tips and tricks galore. News, updates, and so
much more.
Exciting guests and interviews too.
Briefings just for you. We're about to begin. Here we go. Loads to give away. We're 3 minutes left on the hype train. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be talking about the M94 Arcfall. Which officers to go for, which smash and grab artifact, what is the most iconic thing in the Battle Pass, and there's a little secret that no one else knows. Yes, Colby. Jim, AI with a streak. Let's make this iconic. I love you all. Finish the song, Colby.
Like thunder, not afraid to lead. I gotta feed my hunger.
Freedom's all I need. We're about to kick off with a channel trailer. We have a message from Colby. Hey, Colbs. Let's go. Yes, Nupsa, that's a great idea. Hey, Colby. Colby, you not...
Hi, friends.
No.
Look at me risking my life
she's doing
eating
this again.
fruit in America right now. How are you?
Yeah,
You
I'm
can't
good.
answer that.
Well, yeah, but I mean, you can't...
Here's my
hear-
message. Can
this
you
is
still turn my tongue blue like Willy Wonka style?
No.
No. What I wanted to say is I started doing this fun thing, streaming on Twitch.
No,
Words I never thought I'd
You're
say.
not doing it.
Me and Nigelrovers hanging out over on his Twitch platform. Is that what you call it? And we laugh and I sing and then we have a little convo before
Someone
the
help
game
me.
starts and then I ask him every single time, what is this game and how does it work? But it's really fun. It's called, what's it called? Briefings.
You have to
Briefings on Twitch. The link is Nigelrovers on Twitch. Come hang out. He goes live every Thursday, every Sunday, 3
depending what
p.m.
time.
Eastern Standard Time,
Yeah.
8 p.m. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 UK time. Come hang out. It's
Hey,
so
Top
fun.
Gunner.
It's so silly. Oh yes, and subscribe.
Right, let's
See
go. Get that hype train going. We're almost there. I'll answer that, General Oak. We can sort that out for you.
Welcome to Arcfall M94.
Welcome everyone to Briefings, and we are here on M94. A lot to talk about. How is everyone doing today? It's been a chaotic start, but the self-proclaimed greatest battle pass of all time is here. Can we have a look at it? Can we see what it is, what it's going to be? No QoL yet. We're hoping QoL will pop on stage in any minute now, and we'll have a huge discussion about what's happening today. Now, a little bit of getting rid of a bit of the mess that's happening. The hype train is at 1 minute left with 4 subs to go if you guys wish to take it to finish level 5. The main thing is to be wary of is anyone that bought the Battle Pass Elite track will have a gift section that will arrive later in the store to get your prime particles, and those prime particles will allow you to unlock one of the amazing primes that are available today, and that is really, really important for you. See, Neiman, a Tiger, first-time chatter, said, Skeletor, thank you so much for the 5K. He says, refractory period after playing with lube. Thank you, Skeletor, for your absolute kindness getting us going. We're gonna, I don't know if anyone's listened to podcasts. It's fine if not. I'll repeat quite a lot of the stuff that Jules and I spoke about. The good thing about Jules and I doing the podcast, we did it so late that none of our information is wrong for once. Usually we do it a little early and then something changes at very last minute. Ghost Pepper is here. Ghost Pepper did miss one of the most iconic songs. Ghost Pepper, if you can jump on stage for us, that would be lovely to have you as well. And stick on Twitch for lurking, which would be amazing. Thanks for getting us the hype train on that one. That would be amazing. Let's get Ghost Pepper up as well, which will be very, very good. And also, if the only reason is for visually, it's just to fill a gap for me, really. I'm still leaving a Baldron.
I'm glad I could fill a gap for you.
God. There's always someone that, takes it. Daddy needs a
with
BP.
all the things that you say about me.
Yeah, well, you missed Colby doing one of the most iconic songs for you've ever heard. Which I think is absolutely... our definition of lovely is different, Nigel. Well, I'm not going to say it's hunky-dory all the way. It's not been fun, dealing with quite a lot of it. I thought the Battle Pass sort of worked out. I understand people got event problems and trying to get events to load up. So the key thing is you can't just restart. You need to go to the actual avatar, click on the settings, click on cache and restart and cache memory. And that is what's going to make it work and pop the event up. Then you have to wait for it to load. You have to allow it to load, and then you're fine. But some people are reporting that it just goes out as well. Retrieving still no events for you. If that still doesn't work, then either contact our CM or DM me, and we'll have it. Took several times of doing that, easy peasy, and we can try and sort this out for you, my friend. Hopefully, it will work. General Oak says had to clear cache 4 times and it finally worked. Yes, it's just the excuse my pun, the retrieving part of it's not working, if you get what I mean, rather than retrieving doing it. But that will be the one to sort of aim for and to have a look at, which is easy peasy. Brian Racer, thank you. August Valkyrie, thank you. Resubscription for a tier 1. Thank you, Brian Racer, for your subscription as well. Need a bit. Okay, so there's a few things. So Quazel's just sorting himself out. There's a few issues he has. He says he's got to take his shirt off. Okay, that sounds like a very weird thing for him to say to me, but I guess that's the way. Way to blame the victim retrieving. Hey, I mean, it's not my fault you're retrieving, but I did say 1, 2, 3. If I did, then that'll be the way it works. However, the battle pass seems good. The thing that I'm going to be cautious about, which I'm not sure, and I wonder if anyone looked at, was the numbers and how many choice tokens we have resources-wise to get us to where we need to. That was the most important thing to sort of look forward to. So hopefully that'll be the one to sort of aim for. I understand there's also the whole discussion going around about Neelix and Kim. We've had our conversation. They didn't listen to us. So, you know, it got changed and that's it. So it's up to them what they're going to do with that. It's just going to cause confusion, and our job, I guess, is to try and educate people on, you know, who's what and where one now. And that's going to be something to sort of aim for, which would be very, very cool. And to see. Ghost Pepper is blocking. Original thoughts of the Battle Pass. KJ, you said you've got a whole thing you want to say as well. There's a minute left on the hype train, 4 subs and 2K bits. Shall we...
I did not say I had anything to say. I said that no one would want to hear me today because I have an unpopular opinion about the officer. I think it's just a massive money grab, and that's it.
Oh, which one? The Tauren one. So when we get to that, yeah, that'll be a good one. Indominus Prime, thank you for sending us to the next level. So, where do we start? And I'll tell you where we're going to start because Quazel's not here. I'm going to go into my game. Right. So, this Battle Pass. Let's hope that my events pop up because I've had to restart my event 350 million times. Yes, it does pop up. And the Battle Pass, and we have a look at. From original viewing, just looking at it from afar, I did my first thing. By the way, when you buy the Battle Pass, it's in here that you get your exos once you complete the first milestone. Just in case anyone's looking at it, including the builder and Winded Army. It'd be better if we had a choice of Winded Army or Walk Carol or anything else that's going out there. That'll be very, very important to sort of do so. However, looking at it, you get loads of choices, right? There's loads of events here. You get the ship part token. You've got the choice token for the parts. You get this as choice token for the ship parts. You also get the resources version, which seems like you're getting enough to do it so. There's loads of specialty ships, amazing setup for things like that. And that is really cool. Sugar Relentless, okay, and, well, it's pretty good. I like these 2 officers being in there. One being my favorite, one not so much. But everyone's got a different playstyle. Lube and I are going for different officers, which showcases that we both do different styles of things. But all in all, okay, there's choices. Now, what do those choices mean? The choices mean when you get to the event store is a nice battle packs exchange. The difference is in our resources one, we only have 3. Remember, we used to have a 5-1 and a 10-1 and a 2-1, and now we have this one. So this is the one that gets us there. The number is slightly higher than it was last month because it was 33,800. This is 39,000, so I'm sure the same percentage it went up by, and that is something for people to be wary of. So it is slightly higher by a niggle, by a Nigel. You see what I did there? By a niggle. And that is going to work, which is fine. Then you can choose your parts and rewards from anything that you're chasing, which I think is very, very iconic and brilliant. And loads of rare ship parts. I say loads at 6. 6 ship parts, but you get more as you pull more across, which gives you options. And then the other thing in that event store, which is very important, is these artifacts, which we'll talk about. Which one is our smash? Which one's my grab? If you watched Jules, if you listened to Jules and I's podcast, you would have realized which one we went for and which one we sort of ignored. And if you watched Lube just now, you would have seen where levels that he went to as well. And finally, this Starship Battle Pass exchange, which showed that in the blog that anything had the plus on it meant you can get it here, which is great. So if you're a little bit behind as a G7 player with your Dauntless, you can now pull a few parts of the Dauntless. I remember George mentioning this yesterday and the day before. So there you go, George. You've had options of that. The only thing you didn't get is the officers, but loads of parts, loads of stuff to catch up on, loads of things that are really worthwhile to go for, and things in there as well. Vengeance Blueprints, if you want to pull another one in there as well, which is absolutely superb in every way possible. O'Hylen, you said no fair. I want I want a title too. I got you. Okay, I don't know what the title is, but sounds absolutely brilliant. Everyone happy with the Battle Pass at the moment of what it is without looking at the math. Sniper, first opinions on this Battle Pass? What do you think?
First opinions, I like it, right? A few important things going on here. One, something that I've provided as direct feedback before is more choice,
Yes.
right? So, before we had, back and forth with choice tokens and no choice tokens for the whole mat thing, we'll call that, the mistake, right?
Yeah,
that has been
mistake.
corrected, right?
Yeah. Yes.
But I always was of the opinion. I always said like, hey, there's other items in the battle pass that, especially like myself or people in a similar position as me,
Yeah.
who is a spender and buys a lot of things, right? Uh, we need specific things. If you're just giving like broad general rewards of like all different ship parts, all different things,
Yeah.
we don't need those. We don't need a little bit of this, a little bit of that. We need very specific things, right?
Yeah.
Like I might be working on my G7 uncommon, and in my case it's a battleship, in someone else's case it might be an explorer, in someone else's case it might be, an interceptor, right?
Yeah.
And probably a lot of people go fed. So having the choice there on different items in the battle pass, I think is brilliant, right?
Yes.
So now we have choice in multiple places. We have the choice of our mats and RSS, although I still think those should be split, but that's a whole different story.
Yeah.
We have choice of now our ship parts, which I think is great. And they added even more choices, right? There's this whole artifact thing, which I'm sure we'll talk about.
100%.
So I won't go into that right now, but that's yet another choice, right? They could have just sprinkled in little things and not given us choice there, but they gave us choice. So I think, I'd like to see it taken all the way, right? Because we're still getting like some building parts in here, like things that, again, I personally have fully upgraded already, like Signal Observatory, the
Class honors.
class honors, etc. Warp dive bar. So it'd be nice, like, just make them all choices, right? Why, even if it's like all three of those, make them all choice. The other thing that I want to comment on that I got to give them props for is, you remember, hopefully everyone remembers, like in the past few battle passes, they've been giving us old officers, right? There still is an older officer as one of like the full unlock things, and we could talk about that, and I'm sure we will.
Yeah.
But you notice there are both new officers, at least some shards, not a huge amount of shards, right? But there are some shards for the new officers in the battle pass. It's in the elite battle pass, not in the free to play. So again, we can argue about that. But from my impression, it's a good thing. It shows that they're listening to feedback. They're kind of going back to some of the things that were good and were working. We're getting towards rebaselining to where we were and then improving, which is, I think, we're a positive direction. So all in all, my opinion on the battle pass is it is good. It is a good value, and it is going in the right direction. And I'm hoping they continue in this direction even further.
Yeah, I hope so. And the thing that would have made it go from 90% of it being an absolute slam dunk to it being a phenomenal slam dunk would have been just add officer choice tokens and make a decision between win Adami and Walk Carol. Like you did that, you would have gone from this is the greatest Battle Pass to an absolute slam dunk to people do it. The reason they filled the bottom part as well is just so people are aware they're trying to test you, right? The $20 Battle Pass would be something that people really enjoy and to go for. But, it's... And some people have got different opinions. I mean, Chad Pro Chilling is saying this might be an unpopular opinion, but I would rather have the actual items in my Battle Pass. I love the material choice tokens, but when you start to add artifacts, ship parts, specialty parts, I'm not... commenting on the value, but fun content and appearances. Yeah, sure. But right now, I think Chad is, people are wanting choice. So they've given us all the choice we can to make a discussion and to see what would work, because that is a very important thing. And chat says, furthermore, this is now an item that we have to spend, and people are going to forget. Yeah, possibly true. But the top part means that you can still unlock a rare officer, which you get, Walk McCoy for this arc. But also on the bottom end, if you do get to the end, you kind of get enough of Win Adami to get almost a tier. I did some maths, and I'm liking what I'm seeing with this BP and loving it. Angry Lou says he's done the maths, which is absolutely brilliant. Angry Lou, sorry, says that, that they've done the math and it worked all. Hey, Dark Green Gaming, how you doing? And I think that's really important to do. Your first opinion is choice. Now, as we work our way a little bit further down, and we go to the MJ Hat level, who is like in the cusp of the early 71s, MJ Hat, I hope you're here. What are your thoughts about this Battle Pass when you saw it and you went, yeah, no?
Honestly, I got really excited because I think there's a lot of choice. But now I was just talking to someone,
Yes.
and they said it might be too much choice. I don't know that
No.
and he's in chat actually.
Yeah.
So it is a lot. I'm excited about it. I think that there's a lot we need to kind of go through, look at together. We need to figure it all out. I think it's a good change. I think it's wonderful.
Yeah,
myself.
it's a good change. I don't believe there's such a thing as too much choice. Now you have to plan, decide, progress, and move how you wish to do, right? So currently what we've got in the top end, snipers like, yeah, loving it. The choices, it would have made a slap dunk if they gave us, a choice of officers at the very end. So in other words, just adding an officer token, and you could have put it here instead of this officer depot tokens, and also here instead of these officer depot tokens, and you would have had a really good place where you can pick the officers and boom, slam dunk, definitely buying the $20. I get a choice of the officer that I want. The officer I want is Walk Carol. I want to upgrade her, and that is really important. Retrieving says, but at least it's mats and parts and artifacts and specialty ship. If this was only like, billing and accounting, you would have done or. So just as long as they don't nerf the Mars material payout to room for those artifacts and ship, this objectively is better. You can make a choice. Because the thing they can't match, people, which I don't think people realize, especially people who say, well, okay, there's too much choice. The reason is they can't guess where everyone's going to be at each level, what research level going to be at. So the more choice they provide, the more progression, Quasel, people can get to and make a decision on how they want to progress in this Battle Pass. And that, to me, means that you're getting close to pleasing 90% of the player base rather than pleasing 50% of the player base, because they're like, well, that officer or that thing, or I've already unlocked this or I've maxed that. This one gives you a choice going, do you know what? For $20, I can unlock an epic artifact, and for $20, I can upgrade my officer or unlock an officer. If you don't have Winadami, then I don't know where you've been. But some people can come back and actually make an impact, right? Before you'd go, oh God, stat artifact, I've maxed it already. And that's the feedback we've been giving them. There are players who've maxed different things, and everyone's in different places, which is why doing a battle pass like this actually gives you the complete freedom to go, yeah, I'm going to do this. The only freedom it doesn't give you is the officers, which I wish they did, and that would have been way a lot better. Megan Rayleigh says, she's in the G5 range. Walk McCoy on a free track and Walk Carol on a pay track for G5. Not mad at those and happy with those ability to choose and with the tokens. Ghost Pepper? Ghost Pepper, I'd love to hear from you before we go to Quasel. Ghost Pepper, you're a G5 player.
Not quite.
Oh,
I
God.
have to push the button.
Okay, Ghost Pepper, as a G4 player, what are your thoughts on the Battle Pass?
So I've been stuck where I haven't been able to get mine to open up. So I couldn't tell you what mine looks like right now.
Oh, dear God.
I'm with that group. Yeah, I know. It's fun.
So, in the game, Ghost Pepper, do me a favor. Click on your avatar, click on settings, and
I did that.
You did that, yes?
I know. Yep,
and see if that works. And once it restarts, wait for it to load, then restart the game as well.
Okay, I didn't do the second restart. I did do that earlier today.
Yeah, so we have a look at that. Pentox says there's already an officer choice token. It's called officer depot tokens. Well, yes, but we need, I mean, is that a choice or is that a thing?
That's a whole nother can of worms.
Oh, God, yeah. Officer Depot tokens should just exist. The way they did the material spend last weekend, that was sensational. Like, do that in here. Like, it's already there, you know, copy and paste. Apparently, it's quite quick to swap artworks around, right? So just swap the artworks around, choose the officer, and it's done, right? It's a 5-minute jobby. So it's fine, right? Why don't we do that?
Apparently.
Yeah, exactly. A Baldron, isn't it? You just go, well, okay, I'll just set that up. Got a template, swap a few things around, which is insane. Today's good day today, guys. Too much choice. Are we really going to continue to waste 10 million on that 10 minutes? No, I'm not talking about that. Someone... No, it's to be. Would love to talk about the and when we get up to that, yes, of course, the officers will be something we'll speak about in a little while. But I just wanted to speak about the battle pass and the quality of life improvements because I want to start off on a positive, right? In the game, QoL, can you believe it? Right, this is one of my favorite ones. I went to Alliance tournaments. I'm going, okay, are they going to extend this store? Where am I going to get to? I never see anything in the store, and I was like, oh my god, look, both. I was like, I was going to type ledge and hope that Legendary and Legacy would appear. And I'm like, it's there. Why is that not in the patch notes, QoL?
I don't know. I mean, they added it now. They added the text into it. I just checked. It's now in there. You know, it's communications. What can I do? But let's be happy that we have it.
Yeah, I'm definitely
there's
happy we
another
have it.
awesome change that hasn't made the patch note at first.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm happy we have it for sure.
Yeah, exactly. I spent my time going, how much have I got left? I'm like, oh, let me go back to... and I like to do ledge. And I'm just like, will it bring both of them? And that'll be amazing. There are stuff in the chat. Yes, Angry Lou says, also, if you do buy... Oh, God. Not do buy the area. If you do buy the Elite Battle Pass, let me show you here. Don't ask me why there are two. Right? Before anyone says anything, don't ask me why there is two. There is this one. Oh, have they removed the other one? There's this $100 one. There's this $100 one. This one has 3 times the multiphasics. Everyone's going to tell me 34K is not 3 times. It is because the other 17K is right here. Don't ask me why it's like that. I guess it's just to make you look. How about that, huh? To make you look. That's what it is. Then there is this one, which is also, by the way, called the same thing. Cause and effect, premium pass unlock. This one is not in capital. So there's a little hint there. It's not in capital. Cause and effect, premium unlock. This one does not have the 3 times the multiphase. It's only had the 17K. Everything's pretty much the same. There's no difference other than that, right? That's the key. So don't fall into that trap. So Angry Lou, absolutely agree with you that is an important thing to sort of make wary of. And this is what we're doing. We're trying to educate you guys so that before you dive into your purchasing and doing everything you need, you get into that, right? And also Tech One says, future Ghost Pepper. Yeah, the Tech One loves Ghost Pepper. Fall Dog says, I get to unlock the USS Dauntless with this battle pass. See? So the thing is, Fall Dog, what level are you? Because things like this gets me excited. It makes me go, okay, this battle pass is going to help you. I'd love to know your ops level. And we do have a lot of G4, G5 players. If that helps you unlock the Dauntless, that's a great thing. Corey Ann says, it's simple. You're never going to make everyone happy. So I prefer choice, especially since it reduces the chance I might be offered stuff that's useless to me. And I get the fact that some people will forget to spend and so on and so forth. I agree, but choice is good. So we all agree with that. Pentero, for me, as a G7 player, Academy 57 gives me 1 million crit mitigation, so no artifact is worth unlocking. Now Pentox you, I'm going to tell you which artifact. So in the podcast with Jules, if you want to listen to it, you can. It's free, by the way, so there's no ads or anything. I don't make any money for it. If you wish to listen to it, do it. The information's there. If you don't, I'll still tell you here anyway, if you want to go there. So, Fall Dog, you're an Ops 49, and he gets to unlock the Dauntless. To me, that's a win. That's a huge win, Fall Dog. You're going to love the Dauntless. Well, you're going to adore. You're going to think the Dauntless is pretty good. Have I hit the right level there, or have I gone too exciting? You're gonna think it works. Wait, no, I can't say that. It's a good ship. Can I say that, Sniper? Kind of.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
I mean, saying it works would be a little bit of overset. It is very useful.
Exactly.
I'll put
Yeah,
it that way.
77% of the time, it works quite well. Giving it high. It's a good ship.
70% of the time, it works all the time.
Yeah, exactly. 7% of the time works all the time. Pioneer Panda Pyro said it's a good ship when it works. It's a great ship. So Fall Dog, you're absolutely going to do well, and that is something to sort of aim for. The Dauntless is a good speed up machine in G6 plus land from Voltron. Let's Form Voltron says that, which I think is very important. Viosa, not sure if it's been discussed, but the free unlock of the rare and epic artifact counts towards the Vengeance's Mine this time round. Yes. The thing that they've done is synergize a lot of things as well. And that is a really good thing when it comes to Battle Pass. The other upgrade as well, and really good quality of life, there is bulk research. I bet Sniper got excited because he just wanted to go absolutely max his Ascension research, right? No, of course not.
If I had those particles.
Yeah, exactly. But the beauty is now you can press this, and now you can speed the levels up, and you could see what I love about how this is compared to the building one. It says this is the building level you got to get to. This is the next thing. This is the stuff that I need to upgrade. This is what I'm missing. It's like your internal Spock's Club. You're like, okay, so I need another 16k of those. I need 18k of this, and all that works together. This is a sensational addition in the game. This UI needs to be in the building one. I don't know if anyone agrees with me, but this UI, the way it's set up, needs to be in the building one. How many speeds up a day that is? Well, it tells you. You know what I mean? Like, it tells you everything. And I love about this. Look at this. You click down, research details. You can see what it does. Research costs. It puts it in there. It gives you all the details you need. Now, obviously, I haven't got the requisite building level, but if I get there, I can go up to this level here. It makes you go to level 2, so I can jump up, right? Which is absolutely fantastic with that one. I think it's superb. The same thing when you go elsewhere. Yeah. Yes. Go ahead.
Yeah. And you know what's great about this actually?
Yeah.
I mean, not that I have like a huge amount of bulk research I could do as a G7 player, but
Yes.
obviously a lot of people do throughout their various journey in the game.
Mm-hmm.
But the one thing that I like about it is, previously, if you click on a research,
Yeah.
you cannot see what is the requirement for the next level of the
Yes.
research, right? You could see the current level, but you can't see the next level. You could hit the info button and see what buffs the next level gets you, but you can't see what actually is required.
Yes.
So I often found myself having to go to some of our great community tools, right? To kind of figure out what particles I needed. Because if I was planning for like future events or I was planning for various things,
Yeah.
figuring out like, hey, do I need this reward? How much particles do I need? Right? Should I buy this particular pack? Whatever it is. I had to like manually get on spreadsheets or get into the Spock's Club or do various things to try and figure out, hey, I want to get all 5 levels of this research. How much total particles am I going to need? Because I can't even see what's needed for the next level. Like, for instance, some of the G7 research, some of the early research requires just common match, but then at some point it starts using uncommon, some point it starts using rare. And I can't see at what point. Like, so if I unlock the first level, can I unlock the second level, or am I going to be stuck, right? So it's nice that you can actually see levels, even if you don't meet those requirements yet, and see what those future costs are.
Oh, it's superb. And look at this. Like, for example, the Excelsior tells me this is going to get upgraded, this is going to get upgraded, this is going to upgrade, this is going to upgrade. If you click that button and you have everything to do so. I love this. And this is, remember how we said we want more stuff internally in the game so less people depend on things outside the game. This is inside the game. You can plan now and you go, cool, so I need to get 38,100 of those. I could go right up to the level 8 where I want to get to, or these are the things that will upgrade with it. And it gives you the total costs of everything, which I think is absolutely superb. Can you activate it all for free like the last time they added a feature? No, absolutely not. But this is a very important thing. Then it tells you the details and where you're going to jump to as well and what level that is. They did declare and still nada. Okay, no worries, Ghost Pepper. But Ghost Pepper, from looking at this from afar, you know, this is a great one for you to plan, right? So you can now make plans saying, okay, I'm now going to figure out what to do next. I don't need to go to any tool. I'm not saying don't use the tools, but it means you're in the game and you're sitting in the game and you're going, okay, I want to upgrade this. How many levels do I need to get to? I want to get it to tier 9. I need all this. I will upgrade those, and that will upgrade the whole research. How does that feel to you, though, Ghost Pepper, especially since you haven't touched the game, looked at the game, been able to open the game, or even breathe on the game, or even get it to work in any way possible?
I know. It's just a blank screen for me. It's so much fun. It's exciting.
Yes.
I'm excited for this because I like anything that I don't have to go and pull up another resource for.
Yes.
I think a lot of the points that have been brought up about the Battle Pass I have been excited for, but I am questionable, especially with within the Battle Pass with I'm curious to see which officers and stuff, but also how much I'm going to get for these tokens and stuff too, so that I can take advantage of some of the changes in the store.
Yes.
And if that's going to level out, you know, because if you're only getting like a couple hundred and it costs a couple hundred for like one shard, like that's not super beneficial. But I am excited for the changes, and would like to be able to see all of them, especially like the one you're showing on the screen right now.
Yeah, if you can hold on, Ghost Pepper, because I Conquer use like time Ghost Pepper during the ads. Well, Ghost Pepper is an ad in every way possible. So while we're waiting 30 seconds for the ads to end, and we'll get through that, Ghost Pepper, I don't know if something special happened to you, because it's quite exciting. I don't know what it is.
Ladies
I don't know what you're
and
talking about.
gentlemen. She is the pepper with the spice.
Welcome back from ads.
She has the ghost level that is thrice. She will cut you if you dare. So in space, you better beware.
On stage, everyone, pause the music. Tell me who it is. Ladies and gentlemen, Ghost Pepper's on the stage, and she'll be describing how, without doing anything in the Battle Pass, she is here.
She will cut you.
Welcome in, people. Ghost Pepper's on the stage. I managed to hold her long enough.
Hey, where's the line? Where?
Yes.
And that's
Who's
the
that?
I
Who's
feel
that?
like there's a
Because,
theme
Cold
to that
Steve said
song.
so.
I can't quite put my finger
that's
on
me.
it.
Cold Steve said so. Yeah, welcome back. Trying to put the phone in Rice. Try putting the phone in Rice to see how that works. So Ghost Pepper was talking. You like the upgrade on all this. It gives you the research ahead of time, and then you don't need the tool. So I Conquer you. I tried to hold her as long as I can to give you this information. This is great for a G4 player as well to progress. And for once, Ghost Pepper, you can now not say, oh, I'm just going to do it one at a time because it takes me 25 years. We might be able to see you in Ops 51 in the next 7 months with this ability to see the future, right?
It will be sooner than that, but yes, because I'm running out of research already.
Oh, well, there is a
So-
surprise.
I know, imagine that. But no, I am excited for this because it is nice, like I said beforehand, that I love all the guides and everything that everybody's created. I love them. But this is also convenient where I don't have to, like, if I'm not at my computer or be able to like pull up everything, this is helpful. So I do like this.
Yeah, exactly. So let's form Voltron. I agree with you. One of the things my suggestion is love this. Add this to the building version, add this to the ship version, add this to all versions of bulk researches, because what ends up happening is, yes, it's great to go to Spockslip and plan, right? It's great to go to all these sites and plan, but I would love if I just can click a building and, another ad, click on a building and then make a decision on what level I want to bulk go to. I can't do it this, I can't click on it, it annoys me. And it means that I've got to now go and say, okay, so I want to get to 73, 74. What else do I need to sort of upgrade this building and keep it going. And that's something that is really, really good in the game. But it shows a G4 is happy, a G7 is happy, a cusp on the early G7s are happy. It's a superb thing. Multiple ship tiers would also be awesome for hinting things as stellar scrap rebuild. Absolutely agree. And that is iconic and really, really cool. Which I think is very, very, very important to do so. Which is absolutely awesome in every way possible, which is cool and done in such a good way. I'm just getting some fantastic things and responses. Anything that anyone would help me, I'll look at that. The person that's DM'd me, I'll have a look at that in a little while because we're going to do this. But I think one button Stella to max. I conquer you. I agree. That is an amazing quality of life improvement. There's superb stuff. So I want to praise them because I want to go, great UI change. Absolutely love it. Great this, absolutely love that. This is important. That's superb. QoL, we've also, the thing that we'd love to have, and I'm sure you've got the access needed for this, QoL, is I'd love, these researches here. I don't want to be clicking and then view research that we don't have. We can get that to reach somewhere so I know, you know what I mean? QoL, where I can click on it and find the mirror dust research that I'm missing, or the prime dolomite research I'm missing, so I don't need to click out of it in the store. Little UI update like that would be amazing. I hope Ghost Pepper can get her battle pass up and running so we can have a look at that. So I think that's would be an amazing change for 2 minor bits, and those 2 minor bits make a difference. Also, people need the time to do so. The thing is, this arc, I'm refusing to allow it to be dominated by an artwork swap. We are going to look at it and find a way to give you the best feedback possible to make the biggest difference that you can in the game. That we all agree that Battle Pass we love. There's no one here that has said, I hate this Battle Pass. If there is, please speak, and don't worry, everyone's opinion matters. I want to know if there's something that you absolutely hate about the Battle Pass. The one thing we all seem to agree on is we would love an officer choice at the end. That would have made it perfect. But other than that, it sounds like a way to get yourself up and running. And I can see that Zedacron wants to jump on and do so as well, which I think would be amazing. Zedacron, I'm going to wait till everything loads inside Discord. When Zedacron... Oh, George is here as well. George, any thoughts that you'd like to bring out? I just saw you, George. Go ahead.
I personally like the Battle Pass.
Great.
I know it's a little bit too much choices, but
no, it's great.
It's a start.
Yes.
I don't believe this is going to be like this next arc, because there's not going to be more artifacts coming out next arc for choices, but it's a start of something new come out and you have a choice. Players have a choice to get something out of it.
Yeah. Just so you're aware, I personally believe that there's no such thing as not enough choice, because everyone's game is different. The problem is this game has now become like, some people's got strong ships, some people's got strong buildings, some people have got strong research, some people got strong officers, and the only way STFC is going to rebalance everybody is by giving everyone a choice to go, okay, you progress how you wish so we can rebalance everything else. But yes, after that, George,
this is a great start for that. This is a very great start for progression of the player choice.
Yes.
Not saying, well, you get this only. I mean, yes, the officer part is a little bit questionable, but everything else is, I mean, when we looked at it originally in the video, they said only like 2 ships or 1 ship for G7. Well, they should have made better communication. There's a lot of better choices.
Mm-hmm.
So
but I hinted to you, George. I said, look at the plus sign.
I know you did.
Yeah, I said, look at the plus sign and how the blog is written. It's written like that for a reason, because then it's the Dauntless till then. But the problem is I couldn't personally commit to saying this is definitely happening until I saw it, because I'm like, well, that's strange. I didn't go 45 to 70 or 40 to 60 or whatever. It's more that I wanted to make sure that people were aware of the extensions and everything that goes in there as well, which I think would be very, very important to do so. So I think that's a good thing. And the choices are great. And the artifact choices are also going to be great. We'll talk about the artifacts and the officers in a little while. I've got loads of deep dives on it. I've definitely got opinions about what you can do and why these officers make such a huge difference. And artifacts-wise, there are definitely two epics you should chase, and there is definitely, you know, a minor, like if you're in the early side of your ops levels, especially in the G4, the G5, G6s, these are the little things that I would chase that would make a difference for your gameplay, because the harder you hit and the better your defense, the stronger you can progress and the better you can move in this game, which I think is very important. And I agree, there's not too much choice. But anything else you'd like to bring up, George, with regards to this?
With the Battle Pass, no. With the way Scopely did it again with communication is, oh boy. I mean, they missed two major points. The third major point is when they are sync this new arc, they forgot Quasels, Starfleet Pro, everybody else changing the officer. That's number one. And then number two, as I see, I mean, I'm a mobile guy, so mine, I didn't have issue, but I see all of you guys in the community with the PC.
Yes.
They screwed up with the mod. When they did an arc, they should have verified that it worked, and it didn't. So that's a big minus.
Yeah, so just so you're aware of, the mod obviously is not a Scopely product, so that's on the mod people to fix it, and there are minor issues, and we'll do that. But the communication I agree with, and I think communication will be looked at, you know, quite substantially soon, and hopefully something that you know, they can get into. You know, I'm hearing murmurs of things, so I'm hoping that those things will be resolved and get us there. And remember, people, your feedback does matter, and the most important thing is, you know, some form of access is opening more, which allows better feedback channels in. And I think, you know, like they made a certain decision with regards to Neelix and Kim, and that is something they want to go for, but it shows that the door is opening with that. JK says the mod was updated today and it works if you did that. Great. So there's an update for that one, which is great. There should be more. At work, so my time is in my own. Yes, go ahead, Zedacron. Sorry, I'm going to put Zedacron on. Go ahead, my friend.
Hey, so I think some of what I was going to say was already mentioned, mainly the officer choice part. Give us a rare token, give us an epic token.
Yes.
And then throw up a stores of, say, the last, I don't know, 2 years worth of officers and give us a pick out of those. That would be more choice to throw in there. And without doing a lot of math on the Battle Pass, my only trepidation with this kind of format is, are we going to actually get the exact same value as the previous setup with the choice tokens in the Battle Pass?
Yes, you do. So I've managed to verify that the choice tokens bundle, so the resources one, because that's the only one I can verify, you know what I mean? Last month it was 33.8k. Now you're getting 39.8k per pull. So there is more in that, if you get what I mean. Slightly more. Not a lot more, but there's more in that. Now, the whether we have enough choice tokens for the same amount as previously will be something. I think, JK, you said you've done an amazing Excel sheet. If you do have it, please DM it to me. We can definitely show it. But there is slightly more. So, for me, this Battle Pass is on a winner. It is so close to being perfect. Like you said, Zedacron, one of the feedbacks that when I knew about it, which was only three days ago, or whatever it was, you know, I brought it up as well as everybody else brought it up, that if you can choose the officers having a token and you already have the materials to do so, this would have been an amazing thing to sort of get yourself through. Karma, Chameleon, STFC, your lobster is too buttery. Okay, that sounds like a really weird thing. Walk officers offer literally zero value me as I have them all maxed out. True, Crazy, but then you have a choice, right? So you can go, okay, I'll go the Winadami route, or give me the choice of some officers that... And my feedback was quite simple. I'm like, whatever you're willing to give away, chuck them in a bucket, let us choose one. Like, whatever you're willing to say, well, this is part of, like, the, you know, villain, Gold Ducat, whatever, chuck them in a bucket, let us choose one. You're responding to Crazy's... okay, Karma Chameleon. I was like, oh, what? That sounded crazy. Literally, it's crazy. They doubled the amount you need for the weekend SMS last week, as it versus like 3 months ago, up 65. So, Coach C, I have brought that up. I am wary of it. Also, anyone doing today, just let me click on this because this really annoys me when something's there. The Prime particle's been updated. The events today, the Trillions Tribulations, that's being looked at, right? The number that you need to do is being looked at. So that hopefully will get adjusted in some way. So keep an eye on that for a future run. And for the SMS, you can do so. With the outpost and things like that, I will give you a hint of what to aim for, because after speaking to Jules Verne and the hints he's given me in the podcast, hey, yo, how you doing, Wickets? Chuck him in a bucket. Yeah, exactly. Skeletor, I'm like, right, okay, who do you want to give us? Put them all in a bucket, separate buckets. Let me pick one. I bought a battle pass. I've earned the right to pick an epic officer. Give me any of the officers you're willing to give me, and I'll take one of them. I know that they're not going to give me everything I ever wanted. They're not going to give me last month's stuff. However, if people have seen, I've seen Ambassador Spock. I've seen some great choices here in the Paragon recruits. Sadly, it's in the Paragon, which means you've got no chance of getting them. But basically, they're in there. So they've added them in, which is great. So it sounds like Route 1 of officer acquisition in Star Trek Fleet Command is we chuck them in a bucket. Route 2 is we chuck them in a thing. In a store. Route 3 is we chuck them in a refinery. Route 4 is we get to pick them out of another thing. And hopefully they seem to find the path to do so. So that's a good thing. Quasel, have I missed any quality of life improvements other than some bug fixes, the research quality of life, and the Alliance Tournament Edition? How are we doing with that one? Quasel? Quasel's been quiet. I don't think he's here. I think Quasel's gone to bed. Tin hat foils on.
No, I'm here. I'm here. I was muted. I took advice from you. I muted myself. Gilded Jackal. Did we talk about it, or what? Or was it on loop streams? Like that they finally give us the full effect on all stuff.
Yeah,
upgrading G7 chips.
So no, we haven't. So we've talked about the quality of life improvement. The Gilded Shackle is the biggest one possible, and I'll tell you what, people, whether you're up G4, G5, G6, G7. You need to keep an eye on the Gilded Shackle and look for it, because it's a very important artifact that to get. Where is the... Oh, my God. I'm just going to go to it in the... You can't find anything that Alliance Tournament store, honestly. I spent ages just looking for it. It's like, what is going on?
We need a search in there.
Oh, don't even get me. A search just for the store, so you can see where that is. Where are we with the Gilded Shackle?
You guys requested that store to be this big. I recall it. Everybody wanted everything in there. So now you guys have to live with it.
Yeah, true. I'd rather have stuff than no stuff. So the Gilded Shackle now, Quasel, is now it increases and upgrade the cost efficiency for all G7 chips by 500%. So I've got it now at tier 1, which will get there. And look at the details. You can go all the way up to 500%, 300. Big jumps all the way through, especially when you start getting to this sort of range from the 6, 7, 8, 9. That's really good. So what has changed now, Quasel? It gives you efficiency for every single part for G7 chips.
So it's not only for parts, because we figured out the configuration only gave you the efficiency for parts.
Yes.
And now it affects materials and resources. So everything you need to upgrade your ship.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, not speed ups, but everything else has now an increased efficiency.
Yeah, exactly. They added both currency. Yes, they did. Humble Sea. They did mention it in the patch notes. It's just been added in. The Gilded Shackle is another one. I think just reached the patch notes. Is that right, Quasel? Or it's getting close.
I saw it in there. Yeah.
Fantastic. This is a fantastic upgrade. Let me tell you the difference, right, on how big the change is, Quasel. So, how big of a difference is it? Like, I mean, Sniper, you've done some maths on this as well, and you've got in there. I can see there's nothing on your screen, Quasel. That's never mind. I was going to go there, but Sniper.
Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. There's no worries at all. How big of a difference are we talking about this 120 and 140%? Quasel.
Well, if we look, for example, at my Vengeance, you have G7. I think Sniper's back, so he can take that part.
Yeah, I can talk about it real quick. So, I was looking at it from the perspective of course, where I am with my ship and specifically my G7 uncommon. So before the the change, obviously, I have it now, the Gilded Shackle at tier 2, right? And so I took a look at what my resource allocations were before the change and after the change. And, everyone, of course, always talks about Sigma-Trit. So I looked specifically at, Sigma-Trit. And
Yeah.
what I was looking at is, just even looking at one component, right? So looking at first as the single component, the shield
Yeah.
from my T9 to T10 was 20 million,
Yeah.
and it got down to 19.5 million. So
Oh,
right
so
off the bat,
oh,
one
okay.
component, 500,000.
That's a big save.
Uh,
Yeah.
and that's at tier 2. So
Tier
that's
2.
like you. I'm at like the 120%,
Yeah.
right? I made no other changes, right? That's just the patch today, right? I went yesterday, it was 20 million. Now it's 19.5 million.
Amazing.
So it was great. And then, I started looking at the cost, like looking at Spock's Club at like a entire, tier, what it would cost me, right? And,
Yeah.
hopefully those players who are not yet up there 73 uncommon don't fall out of their seats when they hear some of these costs. But,
Yeah.
maybe they might, so everyone just be sitting down. So the base cost before the Gilded Shackle
Yes.
for going from tier 9 to tier 10 on my G7 uncommon just for Trit
Yes.
is 166 million.
Yeah.
166 million.
Wow, 166 million. Jesus, that makes a huge difference. I mean, Crazy is
Yeah.
showing us even like on a small scale. He had like 742.9 on his Perfortus trait, and it dropped dramatically. I say to 740. So it's a little drop, but
Yeah.
also everything dropped, including the amount of gas he needs, and that in combination with everything makes it more valuable, right? Because that's the one to aim for now.
Yeah, including rares, right? Which is great
Yes.
because you know how
Yes.
we've had certain efficiencies that are only affected uncommons, for example.
Yeah.
So this affects everything, and I've verified it. And just the stuff I looked at, and because we always talk about numbers and big numbers, because remember this works on top of existing efficiencies, right?
Yeah.
So again, for my tier 2, across almost all the things, parts,
Mm-hmm.
Sigma-Trit, mats, I'm getting about a net 3% savings at tier 2,
Nice.
right? For each of those. So it's not like, hey, this is going to cut your cost in half or anything, but it is a help, especially considering, like you said, it's across all of that.
Yes.
And just to give you an idea, like if you were to get it to max, which nobody's going to have that anytime
Yeah.
soon, right? It's going to take months and months and months to do it, with at least based on the sourcing only being in alliance tournaments.
That's true.
But remember that 166 million I talked about for the Sigma-Trit.
Yes.
So if I had it all the way at tier 12,
Yes.
that would bring it down just for this one tier upgrade to 151 million. So
Wow.
that is a net 15 million Sigma-Trit save.
That's a couple of packs. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
some
that's
a
a
couple
couple
of
of
packs
packs.
is absolutely amazing. Yeah, it's false. At 120% is 0.3%. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like people have got to realize there's efficiencies and stuff like that to do it. But remember, Lorca helps you with regards. Amazing is right, which makes a difference with that one. And the Gilded Shackle is definitely one to chase and one to go for. But that's a great quality of life improvement into the game, and I love that they've done that. And great, the CCs and the people that pushed. Which is there. Ramscoop says, just show me the real values. I don't want to be doing maths all the time. And I agree. There are, whatever the percentage of it affects you. But I think that changes per person, Ramscoop. Kind of, doesn't it?
Yeah, because I just about to say, like, it's actually a little difficult for them to do that unless they change it to actual effective reduction, which I don't think they'll likely actually do
Yeah.
because it makes it harder to get, for all these things to work in combination.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, it's all dependent on how much you already have of efficiency. The more efficiency you already have, the less each new efficiency will impact. It's called the law of diminishing returns, right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
if you have, 0 efficiency and you get the 100 efficiency, well, it's going to effectively cut your costs in half in actuality then, right? From
Yeah.
what they were. But we already have, for instance, in Sigma-Trit, or I already have, based on all the other researches, I already have 5,000% cost efficiency.
Yeah,
Right?
exactly. Already.
So, so adding another 500% brings me to like, 5,500%. But somebody who has only 1,000% and they add 500% is a lot different, right?
Yeah.
So they could, I suppose, programmatically detect how much you have and then adjust the text dynamically
Yeah.
to your actual effective percent.
Yeah.
But I think people might be upset about that as well because then every time you did a research or another research, that's going to change. So you go and look at it and say, oh, I want to grab that because it's going to give me 5% reduction or 10% reduction. But then you go and do another research, and all of a sudden now it's only giving you 3% reduction, right? So I don't know that there's a perfect answer to it, but I agree there should be more information, especially in the game,
Yeah.
to allow you to understand what the actual impact of that research
100%.
would be.
Yeah, exactly. Pseudo says if only there was some way to add numbers up. Ramscoop says, I get that, but it's already showing false numbers in his opinion. Humble C says, every research and artifact would have to display your current total and efficiency for that thing and then show you the base amount and in parentheses show you the plus 0.3% difference. Ramscoop said as well, which brings up a very good point, just easier to sell packs when it says 1,000 bonus efficiency when in fact it's like 1%, which is true, and Pseudo and Humble C also agree. What I'm hearing is don't do any of the research so you get most value out of the new purchases.
That's why.
Yeah.
That's why you have all the nice, lovely tools around. I mean, yeah, it takes a little bit of effort to get them set up.
Yes.
But then you can go to Spoxel Cup and see the whole truth. Or you can go STFC.phd and look at, especially at the cheat sheet, what your total numbers against targets. Because the problem is some of that research is kind of conditional. Then it becomes tricky where and when to display it. Okay, with a ship upgrade, that's maybe easy because you can show with the ship upgrade.
Yes.
But in other places, as soon as there's a condition attached, they would need to list you all of it. And that can become quite messy on a phone. I was thinking about how to do it. I didn't come up with a good idea. But maybe somebody has a good idea, we can suggest it. Who knows? Maybe in the future.
Yeah, and those sort of things, I think it would be a good idea to do so, QoL. But yeah, the numbers and efficiencies are something we've always worried about in the game. They did something great with the bulk research and gave you all the details. That sort of style of thing in all your artifacts, giving you a genuine percentage of what you got, and you can click between, this is a 380%, but in your case, it gives you whatever. Spox Club kind of does it. Almost that, if they can dig out that value, I think that we can do it here as well, which I think would be important. And I'd see great. Which brings me to point to these artifacts, right? The Gilded Shackle is a great one. But then we have 3 new epics and 3 new rares, right? There are, if you guys listen to the Jules and I podcast, I'll repeat it anyway here, you know what I mean? But that podcast is, available for free, so if people want to watch it, they can. It started with Benny Hill's Russell typewriter, which is impressive, impressive in a very solo way. It increases the quantity of solo outpost credits and the elite outpost credits gained for the ship. The only problem with this, QoL, is Cisco does it anyway with his ability. Let me show you how. When you go to Cisco and he does it, he does the same thing with the outpost efficiency that he has in the game, which is on his skill tree. You can click here. It's these components here, right? So if you want a bit more of those,
I've heard from G7 players that a lot of them are more after the credits now because they have the rest. And for them, it's like, because there is not much you can do if you want to punch up and use all the ships. So yes, you can maybe partly use loot crews, but not all of them. Both of those research, like Cisco and the artifact, applies to all of your ships. So if you're after the credits to get the G7 chest, which have nice amounts of resources and rares, I can see the value for a limited player pace ish.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine. Would I tell you right now, as a genuine human being, if you had your last $20, like MJ has $20 is $20. By the way, MJ hat's going tonight as well. Let's make sure we do that. It's like the credits above Wrong one. The credits above is plunder in Cisco Raiders. Did I click on the wrong thing? Sorry. Did I click on the wrong thing?
Oh yeah, I think you might have clicked component.
Yeah, it's
Oh yeah,
it's
sorry. Yeah, these ones.
He has one. He has ones for all different ones.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, retaliation outpost. Solo outpost credits dropped from outpost in retaliation plunder. Sorry, thank you very much, Radiant Sirs. That's the one. So it gives you this, right? Fine, whatever. If you've got a max 6 go, you're not going to gain anything from this, really. Would I recommend you to get it with your one and only special token? I'd be like, no, that's not the one to go for. This, however, is every single ops level. I'm going to say it, and this is my show and my opinion. Sorry, QoL. This is the one to go to, because I know against it. Okay, it's not my show, it's everyone's show. But the most important thing is I love this, because more damage means better chances of doing more and hitting higher. This is the one that any G7 player, any G6 player, any G5, G4, and G3 players. Now remember, G4s and G5 only sees the 3 epics and the world's worst rare, which we don't talk about because it's just an inflatable ball, unless you play multiple. It's literally the worst one of the 3. This is the one to go for, which I think is absolutely awesome. Trust in QoL. Quack, no. Skeletor says, not the polar ball. No, not the polar ball. The polar ball can kiss my patooey, as far as I'm concerned. Not Lady Patooey, but you can kiss my patooey. Outposts are not until G5. Yes, exactly. So G5 don't get there, but this increases damage against outposts, retaliation, hostiles, for all ships, and that to you will be the one to aim for, and that'll make a difference. So as a G5 player, you get that little isolated madness is going to make a difference. QoL, do you agree with this? I think it's a strong.
It's a strong one. And Cheese asked us the question, how much is 300%? I mean, my ship has around 900-ish, almost. So that's 30% more damage.
I'll take
Once
it.
maxed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take it. And I have a slight caveat. I'd go maybe for the Apex barrier is in G6.
Okay.
Depending how quickly can you upgrade it, because that might be even more impactful.
Yeah, that's true. Well,
like surviving almost twice as long.
Yeah.
Versus doing 30% more damage. But yeah, that depends on the situation.
Yeah, Pepentok says, my Vengeance already has 815% ISO damage. Additionally, there are some other bonuses until the artifact, until this artifact will help a bit, but it will be a long time. Yeah, I agree. It's one that I would recommend. Like, I would go for this or Kirk Spectacles as your first one. You either go for super defense or super offense. And let me give you the statistic on these before anything like that. So if we go to our artifacts and show you the actual statistics of these two, that is the important part to sort of look at. So Picard's Earl, goes up to 300% and works its way through. And the thing is about Picard's one, it starts at 50%. So that's the one you need to look for. Yes, it's a little bit of ISO damage. It works well. While the other one, which is Kirk's Spectacles, will get you there as well in a very good level. Let me find Kirk's Spectacles. There it is. So Kirk's Spectacles, you start off at 1,150-ish Apex barrier, which is not too bad. It's a very good one to have against, outposts and retaliation hostiles for all ships, and that will keep you going. To keep it there. Pentok says, note outposts have Apex barrier as outpost bonus. 7,500 won't change anything. It won't, but if you go against the Borg one or you go against the Cardassian one, it opens things up. Remember, guys, we're going to have Galactic Anomalies that make a huge difference. So those Galactic Anomalies might make you decide in which way you go with these artifacts. Sniper, you look at those two specifically. Have you got one in mind? You go, do you know what? I'd go this or that because...
Yeah, so it's an interesting thing because, for me personally, like, I don't have too much trouble doing outposts. I mean, I do the 73s now, and I can actually do some of the 76s even, although I not complete them. But,
caveat.
Caveat, so maybe that will help. I kind of, since I do the Borg ones, I kind of like the idea of the Apex, and I think this also depends on which kind you like, right? Because the thing with the different buffs that you get on the outposts themselves, they kind of vary because the kind of damage and things that you get from the different outposts vary, and so the the Borg ones I generally find to be the easiest because I have a bunch of ISO defense already,
Yeah.
and the surge research actually does give you apex barrier. And when I was doing my calculations, and that actually works on outposts.
Yeah.
And so if you have that, it's kind of like you have those glasses already.
Yes.
And from my calculations when I was doing it, right, damage reduction was important, and it actually had a meaningful impact, right? Having that, so I think it gives you like 9,000% at like the 73 or 74 version of the research,
Yes.
and for the surge, and it made it meaningfully decreased the damage or mitigated the damage. So I think if especially G6 player who might not have who doesn't have won't have
Yeah.
the the research,
Yes.
the surge research, I think that is important actually because
Yeah.
none of the other apex barrier in the game, and Quasel, correct me if I'm wrong here, I don't think any of the other apex barrier or apex officers apply to output. So
Yeah.
this would
Yeah.
be if you don't have the surge research, if you're a G6 player or you're just even a G7 player and don't have the surge research, this it's going to have a meaningful impact being able to have an apex barrier where before you had none.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the ISO damage is always good to do more damage. I'm not going to complain about that, but almost everyone's going to have, probably certainly even a lower level player is going to have over 500%, maybe 800% or
Agreed.
1,000%. I personally have like 1,500%, and that's just base. That's just non-conditional, right? And then you have conditional, and you have officers, and you have everything else, right? So, I think the more impactful one, in my opinion, I haven't tested or worked out the numbers per se,
Yeah.
and again, depends on which you do, right?
Yes.
Which type you do, because if you do the Cardassians, they have no ISO defense, if I recall.
Yeah.
So the ISO damage does more impact. So there's a lot of caveats to it, right? There's no
Yes.
perfect answer.
Yes.
But if you had to put me on the spot, which I guess you did,
Yeah.
I would go for the apex barrier one. So that's the glasses, right? I
Yeah,
would go for
the
that.
Kirk spectacles. Yeah, which would make a difference.
Yeah.
I was just showing people on the screen as well what the outpost abilities are and where you get to with those ones. And I think it's important for people to realize what those happen. So a bit of apex barrier means better holding, because the other artifact that we've got in there is Benny's Russell typewriter, which is an absolute waste of time to get those things. You've got that in Cisco. Between those two, the spectacles is there for sniper, or for me, I'd like to hit harder and so on and so forth. But remember, you've got these galactic anomalies that are coming. They're going to make a difference, right? And you want to get as much loot as possible in there as well. The microscape drops are already in there, buddy. There's I can see them, Lumzinga. It's already in there. Then when it comes to rare ones, I don't think any of these rares are heavy to chase. Janeway's antigen bomb is not great. It increases the loot you gain from the origin sector at 125% at level 12. Female Spock at tier 1 is stronger. And you're not killing hostiles to gain anything like that. Archer's Polo Ball is like increases the base isolectric defense against the V'ger hostiles, which are like meh, whatever. Do you know what I mean? Like it's not the thing that you'd aim for.
Joachim is 500.
Yeah, Joachim is 500, and this is like 150%, which will take you 7 years to get to. So it's like, what's the point? And then Trelane's...
Nigel, if they wanted to give us something for the Janeway one, they should have gave us like a special cargo increase in getting the loot from those hostiles, because like if you do like an armada with like Cat Spock on it, you at least for me, my cargo fills up on one armada.
Yeah, which is just not because none of the cargoes are really heavy enough. And then Trelane's medals, which basically increase the base critical mitigation against Academy hostiles. Now, this one's not a bad one. If you're an early G6 player, 61, this is one good to go for. 61, 62, you're struggling a little bit with the Academy loop. Your building's not that high level. And I'll tell you why, because the building itself gives you quite a lot, right, Quazel? That's the thing. The building gives you most of the stuff that's in there. And because of the building giving you the buffs you need, you barely do that. Even at tier 1, you know what I mean? Like, it makes a huge difference. You get, look at that, 1.32 million critical mitigation. This one's giving you 600k. At the beginning, when you haven't got that building up, sure, that could be one to go for if you wish to go for to try and get there. So if anyone coming, that would be a huge difference. Agreed, if you're early G5, your building's behind a little bit, the artifact will help. Exactly. That's where I think that's useful, Quazel. I think that's important for people to realize.
Absolutely.
That,
if you're starting out, absolutely get it. Just unlock it. Those 60k will kind of halve the damage day one and will allow you to start in that loop way easier. But then once the building takes over, it's nice. Yeah, of course, once it's max, it's 400k, if I'm not mistaken. And you have now at 60 something, about 1.2 million or 1 point whatever.
Yeah.
So that's maybe 20%, 30% less damage-ish. It's still noticeable. The question
it's still
is,
noticeable.
Do you need it?
Yeah, the choice I've
Do
got.
you need it because we can patch up nicely already? So
yeah, for me, I would get one of these two epics and then use the rest of my coins for the other epic and get as close as I can possible to try and unlock it, just in case there's further sourcing of this, which I'm sure further sourcing of these artifacts.
Well, upgrade one. I mean, you have up to 80 pulls from one, so
yeah,
that gets you to tier 3, almost tier 4.
Almost tier 3, tier 4.
And they
Great
have,
advice. Yeah.
And they have a big jump until tier 5. So they have designed it so that you early on get more advantage, and then kind of topping it off is still an advantage, but not as big as the first 5 levels.
Yeah, exactly, which is the important part of it. So yeah, that's in there. Lumzinga, I'm just hosting a dungeon. I don't even know what that means, but it's in there if you wish to have it, my friend. So I don't know what that is, but it's something. But the important thing is those are the artifacts, and that's the order in it. If anyone's got advice on how you do it and how you rank them, you've heard from the panel and a lot of people. MJ Hat, which artifact are you going to aim for, my friend? What is something
right.
Yeah?
I'm going to go for the medals and the typewriter, I believe, because, outpost credits. Yep, the typewriter. I know. People have been after me all day, but I'll tell you what, I like materials. I like the ability to pull materials, even if it's not a lot, it is some. So, and the medals, I think the medals are worth it, man. I don't think we need Origin Sector loot. So, you know what I mean? And let's be honest, V'ger, at this point, there are ways to do V'gers. So, absolutely medals.
Yeah, absolutely agree with you. I think that is something that's really great. Night, Murphy, lovely to see you here as well. And that is important. Yeah, okay, MJ Hat's going for that. When it comes to Ghost Pepper, a Boldron, actually, my friend, because you've got interesting choice from your top end account and to your, I'm not going to call it middle end account. What would your sort of artifact pulls for you be on those two? A Boldron. He's gone to bed again. Ghost Pepper, thoughts on what you'd aim for? She's gone to bed as well. Marvelous. Oh, no.
You have talked them all into sleep, Nigel.
Oh, no.
There's a surprise. I've had literally
excited they are about the artifacts.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I've had one of the most horrendous days. Yeah, crazy. I agree with you. Quotation marks sucked them to sleep. Question is, would the GFM players go for the typewriter if FC Cisco wasn't in the game? Yes, we would. The problem is that the difference is not enough to do so. They need a radiogenic prime particles to Battle Pass. Yes, they will be added to the Battle Pass today, Red Lentless. There was been an announcement regarding that. It's a fantastic announcement. It's even in game as well, which tells you about it here. We want to provide players with more information. Prime particle sourcing mentioned in our Update 94 block. All 61 plus players who purchase the Elite Unlock for the Cause and Effect Battle Pass will be able to claim 2,000 radiogenic prime particles in the event store later today, which will give you the unlock you need. So just so you're aware, it's also in game. So that means everyone should have gotten that message for that. As a brilliant move by them, they, sort of going to take value on what was written in the blog, and that's the thing they got to go for, and I think that's really important. They just deliver what they promised, even if it was a mistake. McDougall says, as someone trying to transition from 70 to 73 outposts, the credits are pretty useful as need to upgrade the outpost is much more relevant. That's a good point. That's also MJ Hat's style, which shows that he wants those credits to be able to initiate those abilities, because the Galactic Anomalies we're getting, Quasel, are fantastic Galactic Anomalies, which will give you
There's some
huge,
nice stuff in there,
yeah, huge loot bonuses, but also you're still going to have to fight back. So suddenly, maybe doing the Cardassian one, maybe doing the Node one, if you can get Cisco's ability to max and negate it completely, you can just destroy those quite quickly. Maybe those are the ones to go to and would open up a different door. Yes, there is a redeem code today, Worf House of Martok. They are looking into it. Not everyone's been able to get it. To stay with us, and we will update you as we know live. Is it me or the BP not scoring properly? He says 14.4K voice instead of 16K. Gunner leak, that should have been fixed because my one gets to 16K here as well. So if you have a look, mine reaches 16K. So maybe it's catching up. If it doesn't, make sure that you put a ticket in or go to your CM or DM me or DM anybody that you can do. We can do that. Army Bro says, I'd give Scopely all my choice tokens rewards for that extra FA seat for that. Yes, but maybe you can start getting more of that seat when it comes to the percentages. Some of the percentages that are coming, Quasel, are nuts, aren't they? So how high do we have in the blog? Some of them are very, very, very high, which will make a huge difference. Are any of them exciting you in the Galactic Anomalies, and to do so, that gets that percentage at all?
Those with the loot bonus, you know, I mean, outpost loot bonus, hell yeah. We need all the help we can get there.
And that outpost loot bonus kicks off a little bit smaller there, a sniper, but then it goes really, really high up a bit later, right? So we've got some options to look into and sort of things that are, I think, make quite a big difference. Don't you agree?
Yeah, I absolutely agree. In fact, I noticed that the top one, the tier 4 one, if my memory serves, was at 500%, which is actually larger than even tier 5 Genesis, right?
Yeah.
Even combining tier 5 Genesis with the max Cisco ability for loot, which is like 125, I think.
Yeah.
So it is pretty substantial. Probably the largest outpost loot bonus that we've had in the game thus far, at least at a tier 5, right?
Yeah.
Like obviously, like you said, it starts a little small, but that's the one I am looking for. I want that tier 4, 500%. That's always what I've kind of felt we needed in some sense. I was hoping like when we got the officer, like Genesis, like her tier 5 would be 500%, because
Yes.
that feels like the right place to be at. And I'm glad that we're finally kind of getting there. And it's, it's additive. I presume it's not multiplicative,
Yeah.
but it's at least additive to what we currently have. So I am, yeah. So you can see like the low end at 50 is like, that's
Yeah.
meh, but the 500%, I mean, that's meaningful, right?
Oh yeah.
That,
I'm going
that's
after
good.
that.
That's gonna allow.
Yeah.
Now, the one thing that I want to note here for everyone
Yeah.
on thinking about this, right, is because remember, with most of the Galactic Anomalies, you get a positive and
A negative.
or I should say a risk and a reward.
Yeah,
Maybe you want
risk
to
and
call it,
reward,
yeah,
yes.
positive and negative, whatever you want to call it. So this seems to be the same, right? Like there's going to be more difficulty with the hostiles. But the thing to note, and this is where, especially early on in Outpost, one of the kind of key strategies was, okay, every once in a while, go to hit a higher outpost to get more solo credits. And you only have to care about beating the outpost part of it, not all the hostiles, right?
Yes.
But punch down always with a loot crew.
Yes.
You get to maximize your retaliation medals and retaliation plunder.
True.
So now, whatever you're currently doing with your loot crew, you may have to punch down one more, depending.
Yes.
I mean, if you have those artifacts, maybe it makes a difference, but maybe they offset the anomalies. But in theory, the hostiles will be slightly harder right? Especially at tier 4.
Yes.
You could see, like in this case, they're getting 100% isolated cascaded.
Yes.
Ew, I said that totally wrong.
Yeah. Isolated cascade damage.
Isolated cascade damage.
Yes.
So you may not be able to beat the same level outpost, or at least all 72 hostiles that you were able to beat previously, especially if you were just barely beating it and not beating it comfortably, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
Now you may not be able to beat it anymore, but if you punch down a level,
Yes.
the loot, at least for the retaliation medals and plunder, doesn't change all that much from one level to another, as much as the solo credits do. The solo credits change a pretty big amount between one level and another, but retaliation medals and plunder change a little bit, but not like huge amounts from one level to another.
Yes.
But 500% versus not 500%, that makes a huge difference.
Oh,
So
huge.
even if you have to go one level lower,
Yes.
but you can get all 72 hostiles versus you keep on the same level and you only get like the first 30 or 40 hostiles, which by the way might be all wave 1 if you're doing a regular outpost and not an elite, which give you, no retaliation plunder, only give you retaliation medals. It makes a big difference. So my suggestion to
Yes.
people is pay attention, if you haven't already, to how close you are with whatever level outpost you're doing. It doesn't matter what, if you're G6, G5, G7, whatever level outpost you currently are doing today, whatever your maximum level is with loot crew, because I always recommend loot crew when you're going for the retaliation stuff.
Massively.
Whatever you can do with a loot crew today, I would suggest considering perhaps going down one level if you're close. Now, if you do it with the loot crew and you take like virtually no damage,
Yes.
hey, just go for it with the Galactic Anomaly, right?
Yeah.
But if you like come out of it and you need like 3 Cisco heals and you barely have a little slither of health when you're done, all the 72 hostiles, you're probably going to want to go to the next one lower when the Galactic Anomalies, especially the tier 4 one. Maybe the tier 1 doesn't make a big difference,
Yeah.
but when the tier 4 comes out,
Oh, 100%. And
think
then
about that.
You'd think about switching to the Cardassian run, right? Because or the Node one, because that cascade damage will be multiplied so high. And if you can do, maybe the Node might be the one, a sniper that people can go to, which will, if you've got to negate that would be Amazon. That'd be amazing for people to gain the most amount of loot possible and then avoid the cascade damage that comes with that as well. That could be an interesting route, maybe, and a way to go for.
Could be.
Yeah, could be the way to go for. QoL, have you got an idea or any advice you give people? Because this gives you 100% isolated cascade damage, and that is going to arrive. Here's the calendar for people, because everyone's looking for the rich, what's it called? The rich retaliation, which is...
Yeah. I mean, in the end, that gives you kind of twice the damage on average. Because we don't have much stuff that gives you isolated cascade on outposts, because we're rather limited on what we can use.
Yeah.
So this can be very helpful, depending on the target you choose. Even if you choose a target with ISO defense, you're still doubling your ISO damage, so it helps you. That's the thing I test. The problem is punching up with outpost is kind of very hard if you not have the generational chip for it, at
Yes.
least in my tests.
Yeah.
So 73s are hard. Maybe with that I could try. I don't know. I don't think so. So am I gonna risk it? I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, for me, I'm hitting the 70s quite comfortably, and I can do them,
That's a no-brainer. Yeah.
Yeah, and a no-brainer for me. And the 73s, I can complete them, but I need 4 ships, and I need that, survey type setup to do that. Clear your battle log before you start it, and it counts for you. Yeah, thank you very much, Lumzinger, for giving the advice on that one. The important thing is, like, in the game, what Sniper is talking about mainly is that when you go to these outpost hostiles, and that's the thing, when you get to the Borg ones, which are, once you find them, they are really, really high in the isolated cascade damage, and that 100% will make a difference, right? So when you go to the Borg one and you hit this, and look at this damage increase, QoL. It's like 300% isolated damage, and with cascade of 100%, that's going to be nuts right? You've got to defend that.
Mm-hmm.
So you need, and then the critical damage can't fall below the 50. But however, if people have realized right now, some of the galactic anomalies have begun in the Federation section where the Cardassians are. So like, look at the 70 here. The new galactic anomaly gives you increased total critical damage by 10% against outpost retaliation. The outpost retaliation hostages gain 200% of all mitigation stats. And then you need to get 300% critical damage each round, and it's cumulative. Increases your isolated cascade damage when your ships are shielded. So this is not the one that we're aiming for in there. But in that system, though, the Cardassians are good to go for because they've only got Apex barriers. If you've got Apex Shred, you can make a difference. And their critical damage always doesn't drop beyond that. The Node is another one to chase as well, Quasel, which if you have the hypothermic decay reversal, basically, that makes it very, very interesting to go for. And it could be one with it there. And hopefully some of these will land in the elite. Oh, no, that's the Borg. Hopefully those will land in the elite ones, and that will make life a little bit simpler for people to have a look at these things. So let's have a look at the...
So one thing to note on the Node one specifically, and
Yeah.
unless they change this, right? Because when I was originally looking at them, because they don't do the ISO, right?
No, they don't.
And so originally I was saying, okay, well they're going to be much easier because they don't do ISO, and you've got ISO, right? But the thing is, they actually do more standard damage. I believe like double the standard damage, right?
I think it's
That,
been 6
as-
times the damage. 'Cause
yeah, it's
I
a huge
tried
amount of
it.
extra
I
damage.
can't.
Yeah.
I can do the elite ones with my vengeance because at some point in time there were all systems were full of us. Let's quickly send it over there and didn't check and whatever.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, it didn't finish. Interesting. And they have vastly different damage numbers.
Yes.
Don't underestimate them.
Yeah.
Well, the point I was making here, right, is well, two things. One is the problem with them doing extra damage, standard damage, is that standard mitigation is capped, right?
Yes.
At a lower amount, capped at like 72%,
Yes.
as opposed to the ISO defense, which is capped much higher, like 98% or
Yes.
something, right? So if you have really good ISO defense, it's a lot better to have the hostiles do more ISO damage, i.e. the Borg one.
Yes.
But,
Yes.
this is where the potential Apex barrier artifact can come into play, right?
Yeah.
Because they're doing more damage, so your standard mitigation is capped, but you then have Apex barrier applied, right? And you may have 0 Apex barrier to start with, especially if you're a G6 player, but then you get that artifact and you start getting Apex barrier. That could start to help against those Node
Yeah.
hostiles to reduce the amount of damage that you're actually taking. Now, I didn't run the math on it. I don't know, Quasel, if you did, but perhaps that would make somewhat of a difference. I don't know if it's going to cut your damage in half,
No.
right? Or whatever would be to normalize it. But it's a possible strategy you can look at. I still honestly haven't figured out a good use case for the Node ones, to be perfectly honest.
No.
I was always of the opinion, that the Node ones would eventually be like the go-to ones. We were just waiting for the right research and the right things to come out, right? And I thought once Cisco came out and you then could completely mitigate the hypothermic decay, I'm like, oh, these ones are going to be easy now, right?
Yeah.
Their main thing is hypothermic decay. We got rid of all the hypothermic decay. These are going to be a cakewalk, right?
Yes, exactly.
But then you realize they have them do so much more damage than the standard damage than the regular ones, and especially at high levels, that damage is pretty brutal. So
it is, and even Sugar Relentless is saying, I'll take the Apex barrier and put that on top of the ISO defense. When they're talking about loot crew, ladies and gentlemen, this is usually the setup that I personally go for when it comes to Outpost. The only reason I put Rachel Garrick to get a bit more percentage on Lieutenant Picard. This is the setup that I usually go for. The thing that just confused me right now, I just saw Harry Kim instead of Neelix, and it's freaking me out. It's like, what the hell's
Oh,
morale?
no, it's freaking me out.
Yes.
That's freaking me out all day,
It's
man.
just, I was like going, wait a minute, is that the wrong? No, it's not the wrong thing. It's not the wrong thing. It's fine. They made the change. It's really good. Hey, Juicy Tao, how you doing, my friend? How are you, buddy? Come in here and lurk for us. But that's the crew that I usually go for when it comes to Outpost. I can usually solo a 70 with this crew without major issues. So now with the extra isolated cascade, I need to have a think about the isolated damage. But this is what I mean. Like Quasel and Sniper brought it up. Look at the defense, it's 500%. The 500% is absolutely huge and makes such a huge difference, and why would you need it? Duke Venter says, bingo on the board with a full Outpost upgrade. I mitigate like 98.5% of ISO damage. The Apex Barrier, however, would need a ton, would help a ton, and as the mitigation Outpost is still it's still hard. Skeletor says, I'm hoping to win a... Oh, yeah, of course. I'll take the Apex Barrier. Lumzinga says, a good middle ground is 5 Riker Lorca. That's a great suggestion as well for an Outpost sort of crew. Garrick works about says she doesn't work on Outpost, coach. The reason I had Riker before is only 20% increase here, while I get 40% increase there. So the difference is, do I want the more Riker sort of critical chance, or do I want the more loot that is provided with there? That's the reason I set it up that way, because I want to get as much loot as possible from them as well. Exactly. And it doesn't matter, Ellie. Yeah, Kim and Neelix don't work on Outpost. But no, I only put them below deck, and I was like, oh my god, what the hell is this thing? And it really freaked me out in there. Now, Zedekron says, give you my Outpost setup and 2 ship and several... Yeah, I know... You've got that Outpost set up as well, my friend, which is why I haven't shared it. But yeah, that's really kind of you to do so. No, Genesis on a loot crew. Yes, so, sorry, below deck. This is my old loot crew. Genesis Live would sort of come in. That would get replaced. And then Mir would come in. And I would probably make a decision of where I'm going to put Mir, whether I want more loot or even replace the damage in there. So that would be the setup that I would kind of go for. But not a lot of people have unlocked those two, because it takes 65 years to unlock those rare officers. I've never seen a rare officer that was the hardest to unlock ever as much as those two, which is absolutely insane. It's okay, but I am here. Yes. Juicy Tao, the 1 + 1 is what I need the answer to. Juicy Tao's going to answer it right now. 1 + 1 is... hopefully 2, he'll say, or he'll say window, cast the joke version. Genesis and Uhura would be more useful than Carol and Kim. Okay, Uhura is another one. So let's show people some of those. Uhura, Mirror Universe Uhura, I'm assuming, to make a difference. So you can chuck her in there, and she gives between that one. Yes.
No, not that one.
Not that one. He's talking
about the other horror.
Oh. There's about 16 of them. TMP.
Yeah.
Okay, so
yeah, that one, because that gives you isolated cascade.
Isolated cascade below deck.
below deck.
Yeah,
below deck.
You want. No problem. So we chuck her. We do this. This is why the art of crewing. But look how quickly we can change stuff. And by the way, did anyone notice they managed to fit the writing in this? No one noticed that, but I thought that was quite good. Look at when you go. Look at that. They made it a bit smaller. Before it wasn't. It would be quite big. So there you go. That's another setup. Would be that one platform scope, please. Whatever they feel like it seems. Wow, Nigel uses insight contacts or log into the game. No, I don't have inside contacts. I don't know what people talk about. They think that I do, but I don't. TMP Uhura, yeah, so that she makes a huge difference. Why do people say that? Because she gives isolated cascade damage. That makes a huge difference. Quasel never uses her. He says that I don't like Uhura. I don't even know what TMP stands for. And she can kiss my apple. And I went, okay, bloody hell, Quasel. Yeah, I know. He just got insulted.
Here we go with rumors.
Rumors and fake news. People don't notice what works when they break it so much in the game. Exactly, but this is a good setup. So if anyone wants to screenshot this, it's a good idea of trying to get you there as a start, and you work your way through. If you're struggling with her, the minor change you would do, and you do a Juicy Tao. I know Juicy Tao likes E. Riker. Don't you, Juicy? Juicy loves E. Riker instead. Yeah, exactly. Quasel is mere Dr. Jupy, because he said the USS Bitch ship is the one that he likes, not the USS Friendship. You know, he just called Dr. Juby as a nurse without a price. Yes. It's just in
I
everything.
love you, no, Nigel. I love you, despite all of it.
It's just
You
like,
need
yeah,
to try harder.
there's hated in every way. Clear cache, restarts, take a break, events worked, and you relog. If I could post a screenshot of my setup, I do have it, Zedacron. I could easily bring it up, which I will do if you do not mind. That would be amazing, which would be great. It is the most interesting thing. Let me have a look. Oh my God, I'm getting quite a lot of fun messages. You know, you take a break to try and do a show, and then the chaos happens. So this is, I'm going to try and put it onto, put the media link onto the screen. Let me load it up for everybody here, and I'll get that up there. Zedacron's got a great setup, which he says it's better than QoL's. In fact, he said, I don't even know why QoL even bothers with anything other than this setup. And I told him, you try and convince QoL that this is the greatest setup of all time. So here you go, ladies and gentlemen. This is what Zedacron sets up.
I mean, I'm not using Riker because I want 20% more loot, but...
Yeah, exactly. So, no, yeah, I got 20% more loot. So, Rachel Garrett, Wonky Levendin. Oh, look at that. It's pretty much the same crew, barring a few things. And he's missing one more officer, that one. If you're unable to see events, reset your grain graphic settings from high to medium. It worked for me. Oh, that's another good one. And it sees Discord
That's
channel.
interesting.
Oh my God, Juicy! What are you looking at? Intrusive thoughts. What are you doing? Juicy Tao is trying to cause havoc. By the way, Juicy Tao, KJ is disappointed that you did not decide to take him up as an offer. It was a fantastic offer. I mean, you know, it was definitely available in that sense. But that's Zedacron setup. That's on one of his ships, and the other one is his other ship that he has ready to go, which is his miner. And if you're happy as Zedacron, I'll put the miner setup. And in that one, Zedacron adds the following to it. You're about to see it on screen as it appears. And this is the setup on his miner. So that's the one that he does. I is too loyal, but Juicy Tao, you're loyal to me, right? That's just tell them that. That would be amazing. So those are the setups that Zedacron suggesting, and that is also something to look forward to. So there you go. Those will be one chase, but these Galactic Anomalies are going to be tough, but they'll be worth chasing. However, get early on the outpost. The key thing to know about these Galactic Anomalies is they're running for 24 hours, right? So you will have the time to do so. That doesn't tell you the amount here, does it, QoL? Does it tell us what it runs here? No, it doesn't tell you. Does it tell you the length of time? Yes, it does.
No. Does it?
Yeah, above here. Each hour on the hour. 20.
I think it's
reinforced retaliation, which is about there.
I think it's event reset where it should start to my
Yeah, that normally occurred every day. This anomaly can occur in outpost system affecting all Borg node or Cardassian outpost systems rotating every day. So you just need to keep an eye on when those sort of come in every way possible. What in cartoon characters are on the panel? What you talking about there? Juicy Towers, even this year. See, look, on the panel we have these following people. We have the guy who's building a wine rack. We have a dog that really loves himself. We have QoL, who just smiles all the time. We have MJ Hat. We have Ghost Pepper, and we even have the legendary sniper. It's a great thing. But you can see what you can do with those Galactic Anomalies and where to go. So that's the Galactic Anomalies, which I think are absolutely fantastic. Anything you chase, QoL, and any advice you give people on where you'd go with them, I think they're really good. Raider so says all day on outpost. Looks like only one type per day. Yeah, so today we have it in Cardassians, for example, but it doesn't give you the loot bonus, and I want the loot bonus. Go ahead, my friend, QoL.
Yeah, loot bonus is the way to go. The rest is nice to have, but the loot bonus one is where the real sweetness is.
It is. I mean, you know, for the Galactic Anomalies, for me, the notes I have is the critical moment for the outpost ones. It would actually, you know, it's an interesting balance. So basically, instead of 100% increase of extra damage, it would actually be 117% increase to the existing ISO damage, which is an interesting balance. While this is possibly the most rewarding and best benefits for the player, which is a 1 to A4, which is a critical moment. While everyone should skip the thrill of the battle, if possible, because there is no loot bonus at all. Those are the ones that I have it in my notes as the one to aim for. So the critical moment's the one to aim for, and those are the ones to sort of go for. And then the thrill doesn't give you a loot bonus. The thrill of battle is not really that exciting, but the rich environment and the rich retaliators and all of the ones are the ones you should go for, which I think are very, very important. And does they? So I think those are the great ones that keep us going in every way possible, which I think is really cool. And the academy ones, though, I mean, look. If you have the Athena and you want to get more loot, chase the loot one. That's it, really. I wouldn't really... I don't think I've got anything else to say regarding those things other than that. Don't you think, QoL? Those are the ones that you should aim for and sort of go for.
Yeah.
Same thing, Sniper. If you've got, like, the Athena, you want loads of loot, those are the ones that you should do. On top of someone. Ghost Pepper, any of these, you don't get to experience Galactic Anomalies, so for you, the artifacts are the things to go, but anything you see in this arc that's getting you excited, because we're about to go into the officer set and see what usefulness that is. Ghost Pepper, anything you'd like to bring in to the conversation here?
No, I mean, go right ahead. The artifacts, though, aren't available for me because those are outpost artifacts and they're not showing up.
Yes,
FYI.
but you have the 3 epics. Oh, you managed to get your game up.
Yeah, I got it up. And there's no
That's what she
artifacts
said.
for me.
Managed to get you to say that sentence.
Or,
So that's
or
cool.
that's what he said. Yeah.
Well, it just depends what
Do you need to clip that too?
Exactly. There. So now that you've opened it up, for you the battle pass, yes, yay or nay?
I'm iffy on it. So I like the concept that they've done. I like the changes that they've done, but I'm looking at how the currency is going, and as like excited as I am for the event store, it's not really going to do a whole lot for me. So it is cool that it is going to do something. Okay, so I will get parts that I wouldn't have. That is the plus. I just am only going to be able to do like a couple of modules maybe on a ship or two, unless I buy the pass. That's just if I stay free to play, that's all I'm going to be able to get off of those with those new currencies.
But is it enticing you to buy it though? Isn't it? Is it like? Do you not
I don't
think...
know. I'm contemplating. But normally, though, to be fair to everyone, as full disclosure, I normally buy the battle pass at the end. Like at the end of the month, I'll spend the $20. I don't get the big one. I just do the $20. So
exactly.
Irresistible.
Yeah, it's
irresistible. Right, and that's my normal mode of behavior. Unless I don't, for some reason, like life happens, right, and I might not finish a battle pass, I'm not going to buy it. That's why I wait till the end. But normally, yes, I do spend the $20. But if I look at this as a free-to-play player that isn't going to spend that $20, I would be a little disappointed, right? Like, because there is a lot of hype around this, and you get excited, and you're like, okay, I get to get some of these, and it's like, oh, it's only, okay, well, at least it's something rather than nothing, but it's a little disappointing. So it's like, I'm excited. They did a lot of good stuff. That part just was kind of a down when I did the math, because I was sitting here like, okay, well, how much can I actually get if I stay free to play?
Yes.
And I'm only going to get a couple of modules or so, and that's not...
That's interesting.
It's something. It's better than nothing, but...
Do you know what I'd love to see, Ghost Pepper, and any member in the audience, right? Come into Discord, and if you are like a Juicy Tao who really enjoys maths, right? Could you please come, if you're ups between the ups, all the way from 20 up to about 60, please come and join in. Put it in a group message here, because I want to send this information up and say, okay, in the mid-ops are not excited because the following reasons. And how can that change the way that you look at things to make you enticing? What would entice you, Ghost Pepper, to get the Battle Pass? What would be the addition in there? Because I see a lot of choice, so I'm a bit surprised thinking, well, you can go for the Dauntless, you can open any of the other ships, and there's so much stuff to choose from in here.
That would be the only reason to buy the pass, would be to add to that choice, because that's the only way, from what I'm looking at as of now, the only way I'm going to get enough of those tokens in order to take advantage of the choices in front of me.
Yeah.
If I don't buy it, then that's not going to really be the option. You're going to have to like pick one and go with it pretty much. And that might not be the case for some of the lower levels who might not need as many parts as I do. That's another thing to look at as well. I mean, in order for it to be as worthwhile and as I thought it was going to be, I would have to buy it.
You would have to buy
it. But that's just disappointing.
No, but the thing is that kind of is
That's
the
the
right.
goal.
That's the goal. The goal is the free
I
track
know.
is great, but the $20 track is irresistible. Shelby says nodes are good for credits. Does the shackle work correctly? Yes, it does. It's been verified by multiple players, Shelby. So that is fantastic. And then Zedacron punches up with a loot crew. I'm going to post that as well, Zedacron, or you can post it into the outpost section of the Discord as well for people if you wish to share. Lady Command, include mid-ops into the actual arc like it used to be the first year. We can wait to use things, but we should be able to earn them just like we used to be able to. Stop excluding every other trade. Yes, Lady Command, yes and yes. Let me explain. I'll debate this with you. I'd love a good debate on this. You already have a lot to do with mid-ops. Adding more stuff, wouldn't that frustrate you that you've got yet more stuff to do? Rather than being able to catch up, and then by the time you hit 60, you have then the other set of stuff to do. Floyd Davino says, I'm resisting the Battle Pass, so no. Floyd, why are you resisting the Battle Pass? I'm genuinely interested to say, like, what would entice Floyd Davino to get the Battle Pass? Is the choice not enough? Or if it had officer choices, it would be interesting. Lady Command says no. I'll stay strong and Ceradan's and resist buying it. Yeah, but it's what I'm more interested in is what would make this usable for you guys, because you guys have got a lot to do. So having you see the new stuff early, I mean, am I wrong in saying that's yet more stuff to do, and then you feel like it's more than a job?
I think it'd be more if they could adjust the currency a little bit, right? So
Yeah.
I understand that psychologically it's doing its job, right? Because I'm like, well, if I'm going to take advantage, I need to spend my $20. But for those that are going to stay on the free to play that aren't enticed to do it, but to have a little bit more currency so you get more than a module, right? Because to the point that you just made,
Yeah.
we are working hard to catch up, right? Or to like complete all these things that everybody else has already done. And this is an opportunity for us at our level to be able to get more of that. And I think it may be an adjustment in the currency, between the free path and the pay path might help that, because then they could get a little bit more, right? Because we do have a lot to do. We have a lot of catching up. We have a lot of pieces that we're trying to put together, and we don't always get that. So it's here and it's helpful, but it could be a little bit more, and that might help entice people to feel like, hey, now we're getting a helping hand.
Yeah. Okay. So the helping hand part of it sounds interesting, which would be cool. Jim P.I.'s, it's the best battle pass in Asia possibly ever as far as the rewards and choice go. The officers, though, it's a miss not having that, which is fair enough. But Floyd Davino, I'm more interested in here. Duke Ventus makes a great point. It's like, my metric for purchase is, does the purchase substantially advance my game? The $20 BP does that for me, so it's a buy, but it may not be universal for all players. We're trying to get the G5s here sorted here, because we can't exclude people, and I think the more we can entertain, the better. Floyd says, I need tons and tons of rare gas and crystal. The other stuff doesn't really matter. So, yeah, but in your progression, Floyd, do you not feel like there's enough resource tokens around that will entice you, that you can add a bit more resource tokens to make the rest of it worthwhile? Sirdan says, which floor? Oh yeah, that was just a bad NIF thing. And that's 100%. And the choice is not a bad thing. But Floyd, Lady Command, Ghost Pepper, let me know of what is really good and sort of entertaining with that. Jim P.I. says G5 has been dramatically ignored by Skullfleet for almost this entire year. It's like they forgot the group, which is a huge exist, which is why I'm determined to see what would make them happier. So someone says, if it was one token which you can spend on any of the things, would that make it better? That's a great suggestion, by the way. That's a great suggestion. Who suggested that? Mr. 57. Great suggestion. Now, Ghost Pepper, if there was one token where basically it's the same token for everything, so you can go loads of resources, or the Battle Pass parts, or the artifacts, or use it on anything you want, would that entice you? That is a great suggestion, actually. What do you think, Ghost Pepper?
I think I'm not quite understanding the mechanic behind it. Like one token to get all of that I need for that, or one token per.
I think what the
yeah. Go on, Sniper.
Yeah, I think that they mean is like, instead of having like 4 or 5 different token types, just have one token
Oh,
type,
yeah.
and it opens up to event story. If
Yeah,
you want to
yeah,
buy mats, you
absolutely.
can buy mats. If you want to buy ship parts, you can buy ship parts. If you want to
Yes.
buy
And
artifacts, you can
that's
buy artifacts.
actually yes, and what you just described is what I thought I had read when they put the notes out. I thought that's what they were doing. So I was surprised to see the two different types because I thought they were combining them all into the one type so that you can then choose between this selection. And I think that's what I was picturing when before this launched and opened when I read all the notes. So I am surprised they made yet another currency. So I think that alone would probably help too, because to the point that you've already made, Nigel, where all of us have different things that we need. To the point that Floyd's like, he needs mats, I need ship parts, right? Put them together into one, we can decide what we have and not don't lose the quantity between the two, right? That's already in the battle pass.
Yes.
So like just put them all together into one with the same amount of quantity. That could probably make a difference for a lot of people
because
that gives you real choice.
Yeah. I mean, I still think it gives you real choice. It's just like the
yes.
currency becomes a little bit more complicated for them, and what they have basically another Ferengi store. Well, yes, and the thing that I would love to give feedback on is like the G5s are not happy with this because of the following sentence, whatever that sentence is, because we want to make sure that you guys get sorted. G5s already get, G4s and G5s. G4s, as they hit G5, instantly get screwed because G5, because of the mid-arc situation where we had an arc that starts with a 55 plus, there's always a disconnect in that world where if you're at 51, you're not strong enough to hit the stuff up to the 54. Then when you hit 54 and you cross the 55, you suddenly are not strong enough to hit the 55 plus. So you kind of need to be at 60, but then 60, you've got other problems to deal with. And you're skipping through quite a lot. As a G5, it's the trit cost for the Excelsior parts are so painful, Fullman says. Okay, I right now need 12K rare G4 gas for ships. We'll be waiting months for it, Lady Command. So this doesn't entice you. That has enough to do so. A full choice system would be epic if the values remained. I fear the trade-off would be a reflection total value, and I want in a one token model. Yeah, but I mean, this is what the debating part of it is. We want people to come in with their suggestions so we can find a way to go back to them and sort of debate what is true. And now they are doing it in a way we can advise people, which is kind of cool. And that is iconic in every way possible. Sorry, I'm just like people are like DMing me the wrong things at the wrong time for now, but I'll try and look at that as well. 136 says, yeah, why not go back to the end of Arc store instead of all these mini stores? Better choice for everybody. Maybe, a newer stuff in the Ferengi store. Yeah, Ferengi store needs an upgrade, definitely, but this Battle Pass needs to be the tactic they're trying to do, and Quasel will explain this a bit better than me. They are trying to make the Battle Pass the most enticing Battle Pass of all time. So they want people to go, I need to put $20 into this because it is absolutely superb. And for me, hey, Loop, thank you for subscribing at Tier 1 for 7 months. Really kind of you, my friend. Disruptive Juicy. No, not you, Juicy. Someone else was DMing me something else. Jesus. Juicy? I can't do this. Juicy, we're doing the big walk on Saturday, by the way, with Juicy. Juicy doesn't know this already, and we will have loads of players, and we'll be doing that. Juicy will be the leader, and yet I will insult him, as always. We'll be doing so. Killer Angel says, what I did on my alt is skip past G5, get your FKR Epic and your Relativity, and those will be the ships in G6 to progress with. Very good advice, which would be great. I wish I could use my refineries and see events to actually do them at the same time. Yeah, sorry, Divine, I know you've got an issue. DM me, my friend. I'll try and sort you out, which would be amazing. Studio 506 saying, the game crashed after I got the Battle Pass. That's amazing. Juicy Tao was trying to be disruptive, but he failed. And keep messaging him is what Taco says. Ramscoop saying, giving Walk McCoy is not enticing. Everyone has him max. Well, almost do. Well, the thing is, Ramscoop, for the lower apps, Ghost Pepper, you've got Walk McCoy maxed?
No.
You don't? Well, that's amazing. Jason Phoenix sort of cheered with 100 bits. Thank you so much. And you started a hype train at absolutely the wrong time for me to have a hype train. But thank you very much for doing that. Jason Vinek can ruin my life, as you always say. You don't have him max. So Ramscoop, for the G4s, G5s, he's useful. For us, not really. And I can't. And you know what the rare officer that would win? Genesis Slythe. or you know, and just any of the academy ones. Give me one of those two, and I think that'll be useful. Try and keep the hype train going if you don't mind, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see what I can do. Lady Command says I can explain better more when not typing. We need things to upgrade our ships, buildings, research. Yes, but we also need to be part of the Ark, and now we're not. That's complaint I see. But the thing is, Lady Command, if there's more stuff, you have too much to do. Ghost Pepper, do you feel this as well? If you, like, genuinely exclude it, or you just have, like, oh my god, yet another ship, or a building, or a loop, or whatever. Do you feel that?
So I had this conversation with Mufasa actually, and what I feel missing is the engagement part. I do feel cut off because I can't help my entire alliance on different things. I can't be a part of some of the stuff that's going on. And I do think that, yes, there needs to be a separation, right? The game's going to keep moving forward. You need to have like higher ops levels and their new track, and all that needs to happen. I'm not saying that, but it is isolating to sit to where all my events are just like, oh, kill hostiles and do your dailies. It does feel kind of silo when you have the other half of your alliance all trying to learn this new stuff and trying to, like, help. And I'm doing the best I can to learn what I can to pass on information, but there's a disconnect because there's no way that I can be a part of it. And it's not like I need to be a part of all of it, but maybe, like, I brought this up before when when the new isogenite came out, right?
Yes.
And all of us lowers could mine it and at least refine it. It wasn't a lot, and I did, I understand like controversy, and I would always give up the node for a higher level, but it was something that I could do to help, right? I could mine enough to do a pull, and that little bit could go to help my alliance. And that was a way that I felt a part of it. And I think that's the disconnect that I feel. I have 1,000 things to do in the game every day. I'm not without anything to do and to catch up on and things I forget about. There's plenty, but it's that piece that I feel is missing. And that's why I personally feel isolated. And I don't know if that's how it goes for others.
Well, that's really interesting because Red Shirt Survivor says, I agree with Ghost Pepper. I'm Ops 56 and always about 2 arcs behind playing catch up and letting the bigs do the newer arcs. True. Okay, well, that's great feedback to sort of keep an eye on. Yes, Edacron.
Nigel, can I chime in on that same topic?
Yeah.
For me as an Ops 72, just my research on my ships alone, I could downgrade to a much lower ship to help my alliance mates with an armada, but at the same time, I'm going to be taking up so much loot that I'm kind of a detriment in doing that.
Yeah, true. That's also that. Yes, Taco, you want to jump in with a note here. There's 1 minute 45 seconds left on the hype train.
Yeah.
This hype train's at the wrong
So
time.
I had two different perspectives because I dual play this game.
Yeah.
I have one account that's very high ops and the other one that's semi completely free to play, and I see the benefits for the battle pass. Is that it is a very good battle pass. There is a lot of stuff that I'm enjoying, like I'm going to be enjoying this art. This art looks like it's gonna be decent for the G7 players that are free to play. They're going to benefit from this art. I don't know the lower ops how they're going to experience it, but as playing on a G7 account that's free to play on one account, I see the potential of it's going to benefit my account.
Yeah, G7 not free to play. Yeah, no, very good point. 45 seconds left on the hype train. 2 subs or 1k bits. Someone can get us there. That would be amazing. I'm trying to. V-neck, you screwed me. I absolutely agree, and that is very, very important to sort of figure out the different levels. But it shows that some people are really unhappy with that level type, and that is really important. Luna Shadow says, I agree. It's like there's three different games being played, and there are often alliance events, and not everyone can see. And a contributor to leadership. Oh, Skeletor, thank you so much for getting us there. That's really kind of you, my friend, and gave a few gifted subs out, which is really cool, and that is really important to do so. Oh, no, and Quazel sent me a DM, which means he wants to go to bed. All right. Thanks, Quazel. Lovely to have you, my friend. See you soon. Okay,
thanks for the pressure. Have fun with the rest.
Thank you very much. Thanks for keeping high train. And we get into the officers, which I think are really important. The 2 officers are coming in, Torin and Trelane. For me, this, if you are a raider and a PV player, this is the officer to get. And let me explain why. This ability below deck is the most impactful ability in the game right now because it's the only one. It is the most devastating, and it'll extend the fight a long time. Sniper, I believe that's the officer you're going for. I'm hoping you say Torin. Lube said he was going for Trelane. I mean,
Oh my goodness.
yeah, I know. Do we slap him? I mean, I don't even know what to do. Do we just hit him? But Torin is the one. But critical mitigation will extend your fights, correct? And I think that's an important note.
Correct.
Yeah.
Critical mitigation is very, very impactful. And those of us who have bought these skins, if you remember, there was a skin.
Yes.
It was mainly, give you stats around the hostiles, but it also gave you some PvP critical mitigation. And it had a lot of impact, right? It, it extends fights. It lets you be able to survive a
Yes.
lot of things that you might otherwise not survive. So, and that was just a tiny amount, right? So,
Yeah.
given this additional amount, definitely like to see what the real impact of it is, in a real fight or in a
Yes.
simulation. But
Yeah.
absolutely, this would be without question the officer to go for.
100%.
The one thing I want to mention,
Yes.
and I'm curious if even if anyone knows the answer to this,
Yes.
but if we look at the schedule, right?
Yes.
Remember we went back to the old
Oh.
SMS SLB
Yes.
methodology. And look at the schedule. There's 4 weekends listed for the SMS and SLB for
Yes.
spend weekend, but all of them appear, unless there's an error in the way that it's listed,
Yeah.
to be for Trelane, right? They're all 4 spend weekends are for the same officer,
Yes.
and there's 2 officers in the SARC. So as far as I know, they've yet to announce the um, method for sourcing the second officer, which
Yeah.
I've seen this over and over in different arcs, unfortunately. And in
Yeah.
fact, in some cases, they go the whole arc without having an actual sourcing method for the second or third officer, which I think is a definite problem. And if we want to talk about choices, I think this is
a great
great potential.
You would,
Yeah.
as soon as the match
Oh
bell
God!
rings,
What was this?
in the
This is
mirror,
this
yes,
is not a
we-
great plan
you
at this
will
time.
punch
It's not a
Yeah.
great plan.
No, it's not a great plan. Yeah, exactly. We'll get this. Once up to next level. But
So
yeah, but the thing is, I think and I believe Sniper. The thing that scares me about him, right? Because I really want him. Like I remember telling
oh
you.
yeah,
I
big
remember
time.
saying to you, like there is, the officer today is the one I'm gonna chase. Like there's nothing that's gonna stop me, and I'm gonna throw everything at him because I want to get him to tier 2 or 3 to make a huge difference, right? Because I think he is that impactful. Thank you so much, Susie Q22, for getting us there with 500 bits, and that'll be important. So for me, this is the officer to go to. I believe there'll be some sort of material spend. Now, I don't know if they'll do what they did in the last weekend, which I thought was superb, and make a choice, or whether they're going to go to the SMS layering, which everyone wants. And I mean, it is a player choice arc, right? So,
Yeah.
you'd
Yeah,
hope they go.
so
Yeah.
I'm hoping they do. Like, I'm hoping whatever's in the news thing is
Yes.
incorrect, and they actually do make it a choice thing where you could say, okay, hey, I want this officer, I want that officer, um, and have it across all 4 spend weekends. I think that'd be great as long as it was a choice between the 2, because
Yeah.
that gives you more opportunities to spend and to get more officer shards, even with an SMS, right?
Yes.
But also the SLB, and that would be good, right? You have 4 shots at the new officers, right?
Yes.
So you could either, spend during one of those, spend in your light spender. Maybe you can get a couple milestones in each. There's a lot of options. It opens up a lot of options. But
Yeah.
if they're all only for the one officer and the other officer either has no sourcing or is going to be
Yeah.
sourced through some like sub pass, like they get to throw him in the Ferengi
I
pass
mean,
or
they put him in the
some other
Paragon.
thing, you know?
I saw him in the
Yeah,
Paragon and went, oh no, what is he doing there? But also,
yeah,
to give people the knowledge of this, right? Because it's like, we've only seen a small sort of trickle of critical mitigation stats. So, right, this is a large jump, for a mechanic in PvP. So even at 5% at tier 1, he still will extend your fight. At 100%, he'll basically double your fight length. And that's huge as well to sort of be aware of. And I think Sniper, that's why the sourcing for this will become critical. So that's something we're going to see. But in his raiding mechanic, Sniper, he goes 10 to 22 to 1, which is nuts. 10 to 22 to 1 means that you will get more Sigma traits per pull. Now, I know there are people that are struggling with Sigma Dill. I'm telling you right now, there is no other officer that's going to come and do this. Because if you put 2 officers to do that, I don't even know how you do the maths around it. I think that'll be a chaos situation around it.
That would cause a paradox.
Yeah, the Paragon paradox of it just be PP and P, Sigma Dill pickle. Yeah, so Moose. A lot of people are struggling with Sigma Dill when they hit the 74, 75, 76 with the research, and that becomes quite important. But as a PvP player for me, and I am so excited about trying to get him, that he's the one I'm chasing, and I'm hoping the missions will give us a few BPs of each, and I hope the sourcing will be something that's really great with that one. But you agree with me, Sniper, this is the go-to one, basically, 100%.
Oh yeah, 100%, 100%. And like you said, like I want to chase him, but Scopa's got to give me
A chase.
some way to chase him.
Yeah, I mean,
know.
It's fair enough that I'm getting asked the question because I've just read it during the stream, so I'm trying to think of what that would be. So the material spent to me. 1 minute left on the hype train with 3 subs or 1.4k bits. So that's it. So Torin is definitely go to. Now, don't let us dismiss completely what Trelane does, though, Sniper. I mean, he is SNW Pike and Janeway in 1. Even at tier 1, he's at 10%. Remember, SNW Pike at full synergy is at 14%. So that's a level. So he will make a difference as an officer, but he has, and he synergizes with Strange New Worlds. Have you seen this? That makes a difference. A lot of people don't realize that means you can now recruit him and synergize him with a few things. That will make a huge difference to that. Don't put him on the Athena. Don't you dare chuck him on the Athena. Athena already does this, but he's useful for your other thing in there. 20 seconds left in the hype train. 3 subs if you can get us there to do so. And Charles Play is also okay at Apex Barrier. Starts at 5,000, gets to 50,000, which is quite huge over there, Sniper. Thanks,
Yeah,
Ricky.
I think that those are good abilities, but again, it's a fairly niche officer, right?
Yeah.
So I think
Lost in
for
with
dual
2,000.
wave,
Thank you. Yeah, yes. Dual waves. Do you think he's useful? Thanks,
yeah,
Lostin.
not for me personally, but for others that might be struggling with dual waves or want to punch up in dual waves. I think he will be impactful on the non-Athena ship, right? So if you have 2 Athenas, probably not that impactful. If you have no Athenas, right? If you have 2 regular ship or just 1 non-Athena ship, this would be a pretty impactful officer because people should definitely not sleep on shield mitigation, right?
No.
Shield mitigation provides a huge benefit. So you can combine this officer with like a Seska, keep your shields up, and to then have your shield mitigation, and you're going to be avoiding a huge amount of hull damage, right? And then combine that with the Apex barrier, which is going to reduce the total damage that you're going to take. And you can survive a lot longer, potentially allowing you to punch up to the next level.
Ooh.
And the thing you got to think about when it comes to the do wave defenses is they do provide a pretty decent rewards, right?
Yeah.
Like I was originally not like super, crazy about the wave defenses, but if you look at it, like especially like the mats, right? I almost consider that like my brand new sourcing for mats. Like they're
Ooh,
kind of what the
yeah,
continuum, refinery was for G6, right,
that is
and
true.
below. For G7, but probably even for G6. I don't know all that much about what it looks like for G6, but these are pretty decent amount of mats that you get. And in fact, at 73 plus,
Yeah.
you get a it's a chance.
Yes.
I'll preface that with it's a chance, but you get pretty decent amount of rares. In fact, I would say, in my opinion, the best current sourcing for rare materials in the game is probably this refinery.
Yeah.
Outside of just directly buying a pack, right?
Yes. Exactly.
um, so I'm all the time getting huge chunks of rares. Like in fact, this morning itself, I pulled my pull of the ore,
Yeah.
and I got 175 rare ore.
Yeah.
Right? Like that's meaningful.
That's
Uh,
huge.
you know, it's huge, right? So it's something you're not going to easily get off the regular refinery. So that and when you do duo waves, excuse me,
Yeah.
you get a huge amount of those engineering credit. I'm sorry, the science credit
Yes. True.
that that you can use for doing those pulls, and you can keep up with those pulls on a regular basis. I think there's a 3-day cooldown for
Yeah.
them,
Exactly.
and I've been able to fully fund uh, triple pulls on the mats that I want
Yeah.
by just doing duo waves.
Yeah. And
So
yeah. And
anyone who's been sleeping on duo waves, this is
this
the time.
Well, yeah, and what Sniper's talking about in the refinery, when you wait for the academy section, it's here. It's the material spend that you do at the end here, which gets you loads of material. So I do these pulls to get me there, and even look at that with the ore, you get a lot of rare materials. It's very worth it, especially if you get those credits. So something to sort of aim for. So maybe he's not an officer to sort of aim for and do, but Sniper, it's one that we can test in the future, and one we can look at with the other things that are sort of going on. Oh, we got 50 seconds left on the hype train.
Yeah.
If you guys can keep us going, but it's one that we can test. And I think once we start getting the officer, wow, Susie Q22 with 1,000 bits to gas there. Thank you so much for getting us and keeping us going. On the I call it the Jason V-neck hype train. This is known as the V hype train, which gets there. I was like, he screwed me, but he's like, he actually sorted this out in a good way. But it shows that there are a lot of officers to sort of go for Sniper, and there are a lot of things to sort of chase. And I think it's going to be a good arc. If ignore the negative stuff with regards to some people liked the Kim and Neelix, some people didn't. It's just the communication side of it is what makes it really frustrating, and that's what people really want. And I think that is all we want to do is know what's going on. It makes life a lot easier if you just do let us what's going on, which makes it simple. But they don't, and that's what frustrates us, because we end up going, okay, well, we don't know anything, and now we're trying to sort of fix everything that we have here and make it work in the game. But I think there's a lot of good stuff, and what we'll do is on Sunday, we'll chase this as well. We'll set up a few of the officers. We'll hopefully do the material spend a good way. I have requested to see whether we can get some sort of officer type of stuff, even if Quasel gets it, and I think that would be very important for people to see and see what direction we go for. But at least we've given them the advice, and that is something for people to sort of figure out whether that's the advice they wish to go for. But there's loads of choice. It's definitely an arc of choice, which I think is fantastic news in every way possible. So I appreciate you guys. We're going there. I'm trying to rush because I want to get to Ultra Vedica in time, but also I want to get through to Marbles, and that will be amazing. So thanks to panel. What an amazing. Juicy Tao, the way you popped in and gave us all the descriptions is one of the most important things. Juicy Tao, anything you'd like to say to the panel while you're live on stage? Ladies and gentlemen, the man who looks like a pineapple in real life. Well, genuinely looks like a pineapple.
Hello.
Oh, why'd you do the robot sound thing? Why'd you ruin it by doing the robot sound thing?
I altered my voice to protect my identity.
Oh,
because I have some stupid questions about the game.
Oh, You can kiss my patooey as far as you're concerned with your stupid questions. Why has he got alternative voice? Can someone slap him, please? Can we ban him from the channel and everything like that? Juicy Tao, you need to get exclamation point play because you're a chance to win marbles here, Juicy. Exclamation point play, ladies and gentlemen. Come and join. Chance to win a mug from STFCbriefings.com. It's a site Juicy goes to every day, right? Right, Juicy?
Some of the sites are the sites I'd rather not talk about.
Oh my god.
They have categories.
Do you know what? Juicy, I
But
come
I
here
need
to
to
give you love.
ask.
Wow, lost him with 2,000 bits, Juicy. And 2,000 bits in this channel means a big middle finger to Juicy Tao's face. Yes, he just called Juicy Tao a banana. Who called Juicy Tao a banana? Lostin just called Juicy Tao a banana because bananas are indecent. Are you indecent, Juicy Tao?
No, put scanners on full and find you.
Why have you got this weird voice thing? It's so annoying. Ghost Pepper, this is what I've got to deal with. Are you going to play Big Walk with us on Saturday? Juicy
Yes, yes, I am.
Can you confirm that you're actually going to be there on time and start on time to play Big Walk? And don't do it in boy band, whatever voice you've got.
My boy band voice is so much fun.
Ugh, God.
Okay, fine. Ask in this voice.
Oh.
Can officers die, or am I free to make terrible management decisions with zero consequences?
Oh my god, X-Fish won't play. Hurry up, people. This, like... The thing is, you see, I don't need to alter my voice because I can be like this. I can go...
In a world, one man, one mission, one desire.
Juicy Tao
is the man with a dream.
50 seconds left on the hype train. Here we go. I'm going to start this marbles race. This is a chance to win a mug from STFCbriefings.com. Thank you so much for all your generosity and everything like that. I will give people an update. Twitch have come back to me and asked me to verify my ID. Oh, lost in with... Oh my god! With 20! Juicy Tao, he's threw everything at this. Juicy, are you in this race? Everyone's getting exploded. Juicy Tao got boosted. Lostin just went boom. Vasuba got no gravity. John Drill got no gravity. Deer just died. People are dying and they're falling down. Red Shirt almost made it. And then Lostin just boomed himself again. Lostin got thrusted. Lostin got dingled. He went, And then O'Hylen is still alive. O'Hylen is here. By the way, yes, Juicy, it's called Oh Hail Jen, but she just wants to be known as O'Hylen. She's got a chance here. MJ Hat is being restarted. MJ Hat is trying to communicate with Juicy, but he doesn't understand. Juicy, as a leader and a man with an iconic sort of personality, are you ready for the big walk? Are you ready to walk? And but the thing is, in the big walk, we always run. Maybe we need to walk more and less running. This is really weird, isn't it, Juicy?
It is called walk.
Yeah. I think Juicy Tao has just basically sent me wrong. He's a terrible leader. I've gone to him in every way. Go look at his channel, look at his clips, and see what's going on. If we can get into the chat. If any of the moderators, can you give us a little shout out to MJ Hat, who's going to be on later after Ultra Vedica. So we'll continue our run to Ultra. Oh, Hyland, it looks like this mug is yours. Juicy, she can't miss. All she has to do is go through a hole. And you know how good you are going through holes, Juicy. I've heard rumors. And here we go. Juicy, oh no, she just got...
Juicy's not in the chat.
Juicy's not in the chat. Juicy, why are you hiding me away? Professor Watts, the Swiss man with a dream, is chasing his well through. He's got a massive marble in there possible. Poor O'Hylen. O'Hylen had a chance to win and then she just died. Professor Woz, you've got a chance here. And then Lostin with another 2,000 bits. Lostin, your generosity is incredible. He iced MJ Hat. Ghost Pepper's going to restart it. He's trying to cause havoc in this race. MJ Hat, I think the prediction on the next one's going to be quite interesting, whether we can actually finish it or not. And we're keeping tab to join. Professor Woz being boosted. Look at me being boosted. Elio Elsie just died and I just got swapped. Why have you swapped me, Lostin? I don't want to swap. I want to get there. And then he's just been given that. And then here we go. Studio MD just got dingled and Professor Watts just died. And he's like, no, I just died a death before anything. And now we'll do a Juicy Tao. Hem Jadar's got a chance here. Hem Jadar and you know, Xaniers is trying to work their way through. Jem Hadar and Xaniers is trying to work his way through. And then Gable is dazed. He went, I don't know what's going on. I'm just going to try and finish this race. Gable wins. Gabe is dazed. You are the winner of STFCbriefings.com, Monk. Congratulations, Gabe is dazed. You are the winner. Thank you for all the follows and everything possible. Gabe is dead. You are the winner of STFCbriefings.com, Monk. Go to ! Discord and click on the Discord. Join. Find me on the right-hand side. Nigel, exec producer. Click on my name and say, I want a mug. Then when you go to the site and pick any mug you like from STFCbriefings.com, there's loads of great collections and everything like that. So I must run away. Thanks for the marbles on stream. Thank you, Juicy Tao, for that one. Gabe, you are the winner. Congratulations. DM me as soon as you can. It looks like he chatted, which is absolutely cool. And great. 3 finishers. Let's get a prediction up, and we'll get the next race up and running. 1 minute, 55 seconds left on the hype train. Exchange point play. I'll give you time to collect your predictions as well and see what you can predict. And you could see Lostin's in a bit of a mood and he wants to throw a bit of hassle. Come on in, exchange point play, exchange point play. Let's go, let's go, let's go. What a race this is. We've got 1 minute, 30 seconds left on the hype train. Juicy Tao just went to bed instead. I mean, he just insulted me. He came in here, insulted me, and left. I mean, how is that possible, Ghost Pepper? What the hell?
That's juicy for you.
Exactly.
No, I'm like, I'm not seeing the problem. I thought that was just a normal.
Yeah, it's a
thing.
normal juicy thing. But also, the big walk's going to be fun on Saturday. Green Tea, I hope you're in every way possible, and that will do that. This is hilarious. Maybe he's a voice famous. Yes, he is, Putz. He is voice famous. He just doesn't sound the way you think you do. Exclamation point play. Don't miss out. Don't miss out. Miss out. I'm going to start the race as soon as possible. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. A bold run.
Asked me.
Yes. Yes. What did you ask me?
Hal, my friend Nigelrovers has a problem.
Yes.
He has marbles on the brain.
Yes.
The only to cure him of this ailment
yes.
is to have him sit alone in one of the pods.
No!
And play duck races for 24 hours.
No! You're a
Can you
duck!
help me cure him of this ailment? Certainly. A highly efficient treatment plan.
Oh my god.
Isolate Nigelrovers in a pod.
Thanks, Virtual Army!
Feed them an uninterrupted 24-hour duck race loop.
No.
And monitor for signs of marble brain withdrawal.
No, I disagree.
If they begin talking about strategy, it's working.
Yeah, exactly.
If they start smiling, the condition may already be terminal.
Has it? No, it's not. Crazy's in the lead. That's what's terminal. That'll be amazing. Floyd Davino, you question. Yes.
There's a line.
Yeah, what is the line? Crazy, what is the line?
Wait, what? And that's the bottom line, because Cold Steve said so.
Oh my god, Cold Steve did not say that. Crazy, you've got a chance here. Duke Vintage, you just died. Lube, you just died. Virtual Army with 50 bits to send us a Pedro with 200 bits. Thank you so much for that. Lost in with your amazing donations have kept us going, and we keep it going. Jason V Neck, if you've got here, I need Jason V Awesome to be winning. Jason V Babe has got to do it. Jason V 73. Jason V Neck's apparently Mr. Big Time now. He is the biggest whale ever in STFC history. Look at all these stats that have been caused here. Virtual Army and everyone's falling through the holes. Pedro FC just died. Lum just died. Virtual Army just died. Pumpkinhead just died. Manic just died. Mad Hatter just died. McShish died. And some user just died. Trek Diva just died. Darth Gamer just died. Crazy, this looks like it's your win. Crazy, you're on a winning streak these days. Lumzinga's like, no, I didn't die. Crazy, this is your win. Crazy, all you got to do is get to the hole at the end, and you just got to fall through it, right? Crazy, what an absolutely wonderful win this is going to be. You can't possibly miss this. Crazy, you cannot fail this in any way that possible. This has got to be one of the greatest wins of all time. Crazy's going to drop in, and Crazy is failed. How did you miss the hole? Oh my god. And MJ Hat looks like he's going to win this one. MJ Hat's going to win this one.
Come on. Let's go. Come on.
You
Let me
missed
in.
the hole.
No.
Jacobs Gray. Jacobs Gray is the winner. Jacobs Gray, you're the winner of SCFC Briefing to God. I can't believe you guys missed the hole. You just got to fall through it. Like, how can you miss that? That's ridiculous. That's insane.
That's what she said.
You guys would be, yeah, see.
And?
Taco's already going to beat me to it.
Oh my god, MJ Hat. Guess how many finishers? I Conquer You is about to fail. It looks like we're going to have 2 finishers. I Conquer You. Do you want to get, like, moving? And we have 2 finishers. Jacobs Gray, you are the winner. And SCFCbriefings.com mug, just DM me on Discord, please, my friend. That is unbelievable. 1 to 3. That's 2 finishers. It's absolutely ridiculous, which is absolutely amazing. Jacobs Gray, at least
I need a yellow hoodie.
You were so close. Don't forget SNW efficiencies for the Athena research tree. Another 15 to 100% efficiency of new officers. Thank you.
What a way to run a railroad.
Exactly.
Now, as I was saying...
No. It doesn't cover the whole stream, so it doesn't matter.
Who let this duck in here to try to close us down?
No. Go away. It's not going to happen. Extra will play. All that can happen. Thank you very much, whoever did that one with those bits. That's Benny Hill's Ghost. Did that. Extra point play. Let's go. You tried to close the stream. I'm like, no. There's a chance here. Let's go. While the hype train's going, we'll keep it going. And then once we're done, is Ultra running, I hope. I hope Ultra's running.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, great. Good. That's
yeah,
good.
he's
okay.
up. He's good to go, Nigel.
Yeah, X-Switch point play. Let's go, people. Let's give a big shout out as well. Let me do this one to J. Oh no, there it is. Yeah.
You rigged this race so I would win, right? Right? I need that yellow
Not
hoodie.
everything's about you and your yellow hoodie.
Yeah, exactly. Oh God.
Shut up,
Or
Pepper.
said bloody to go swift on stage.
Exactly. MJ had, just remember he will be on later. So let's keep this run going with everyone else. X-Switch Point Play, join in. Wow, bloody hell, there's over like 109 people. Okay, X-Switch Point Play, Simon Says has finally made it. He's finally here, ladies and gentlemen. I was worried about Simon Says not being here. X-Switch Point Play, here we go. The race about to begin. Chance to win a marble from SD, a marble? No, your chance to win a mug. Maybe I should sell marbles. Maybe we sell marbles. Dundish, you managed to make it last minute. Here we go. The race begins. It's 112. The battle continues. All of you in here. Anyone can throw anything in there. We've got 30 seconds left on the hype train to get us finished in that way possible. And I think we need like 4 subs to get us to the next level. Here we go. Ah, what a death beyond death. And there's production. Remember some bits as well to throw us in there. Thank you so much, everybody, for your kindness and generation and generosity. It keeps us going. Here we go. Pedro, with 200 bits, gets us closer and closer and closer. We only need like, I think 2 subs, 3 subs, and we're almost there. Oh, wow, explosions every direction. 137 just died. Everyone's just dying. Left, right, center. Lady Commander just died. Crooks Maximus just died. Ice Wolf just died. Thanks for the hype train to get us there. Let's see who's going to be the winner of this. Unsubbed user, you just died. And that teaches you a lesson for not being subbing. Unsubbed user will have to be changed to subbed user. Hem Jadar has got himself injured. MJ Has is battling his way through. He's down Mustachio Mountain. Down into the roundabout of Dune. MJ Hat has taken yet another lead. MJ had passed another mustache of himself. He's trying to get himself through. Lady Batu, he's trying to rig it in every way possible. Is MJ Hat going to win this? MJ Hat's worked his way through.
Yellow hoodie.
Yellow hoodie. Yop Lobster's got a chance here. Angry Lou's taking a good lead. It is a difficult finish, though. You still have to work your way through the hole. We just realized with MJ Hat, he can't even go down a hole. That's just a hole. Even Crazy missed it, and that was the biggest shock of my life.
That's what she said.
Yeah, that's what she said in every way possible. But look who's dropped. Crazy and Halo have dropped to the bottom to the right place. They're battling each other. Crazy's got a chance to win again. Crazy just died. He just got swapped in every way possible because that was a few bits. Halo missed. Oh my God, Halo, you missed it by inches. But Swarm Gooner missed it by inches in every way possible. Here we go. Now it's got to be this. Nerves of Steel, one of the people that is aiming to get into pack, has got a chance here. Nerves of Steel, you've got a chance here. Nerves of Steel, I hope you voted for her. She's a lovely, lovely person. No, you missed it. Okay, well, I guess lovely person to vote on to the Players' Council, like Ghost Pepper, but misses when it comes to marbles. And Killer Angel's coming from nowhere, and then explosions happen to cause everyone to die. Who's going to win this? Look at this battle. How can nobody finish through the thing? And it's Christian! Christian, you're the winner. Moosey with second place. It's absolutely awesome in every way possible. Well done, everybody. Thank you so much for an absolute brilliance in everywhere. Nerves is awesome. Yeah, Nerves is awesome. I hope you're in there as well, Nerves, as well as Ghost Pepper and Bloody and Sandra. There's some great people that are going to make it into the Players' Council. I hope you've done this. Congratulations. You know what to do, Christian. Just message me on Discord, DM me, and you want a mug, and we'll sort you out with something really possible. Congratulations, Christian. That is absolutely superb. You're very well deserved. What a great stream this has been. And I'm glad that we didn't stick on talking about Neelix and Kim for ages, because, why would we do a hot swap? And why would Kim do any cooking? And why would anyone do anything different? But you know what's an important place? I want everyone to type the words APAC is important, right? Type the words APAC. Nigel says APAC is important. Let's copy the raid message and send that to Ultravetica as we raid him, right? We're going to raid him really strong. I want everyone to be here. Give me the biggest raid possible to Ultra. I want to send him and phenomenal love. Let's see if we can cross the boundaries I'm trying to get to. Come on in here and raid with me. I appreciate you all. I love you all. Live long. Stay tuned. And I'll see you on Sunday. Let's raid out!